2022 State of Origin Series. Game 1.
New South Wales versus Queensland.
On your radio, ABC Sport Digital Radio,
and on the ABC Listen app.
And a very big welcome to State of Origin number 1 here at Stadium Australia as we welcome in listeners through Victoria, South Australia, Western Australia, Tasmania and the Northern Territory. Great to have your company for the first of 3 Origin games in 2022. I'm alongside former New South Wales Origin great. He played 17 of these games, Luke Lewis. Matthew Elliott, who is a fanatical, if not maniacal, Queenslander. We have former Manly, New South Wales and Australian halfback John Gibbs on the touchline. My name is Andrew Moore. Thank you for joining us. The Blues and the Maroons, New South Wales, the defending champions, having won last year's series by 2-1. There are no changes to the selected Queensland team. We'll run through that side in a moment or two. And they have 4 players on debut: Selwyn Cobbo, Reuben Cotter, Patrick Carrigan and Jeremiah Nanai. And for New South Wales, front rower Junior Barlaw goes to the bench. Regan Campbell-Gillard, his teammate at Parramatta, will go on the front row instead in jersey number 16. And Liam Martin will start in the second row in place of Cameron Murray, who goes to the bench. Liam Martin will be in jersey 15. There are 3 Blues on debut: centre Katoni Staggs and bench players Stephen Crichton and Ryan Madison. The referee Ashley Klein with Grant Atkins in the bunker. We've got the welcome to country, the national anthem to come, and kick off 9 minutes away. This is a sellout, an 80,000 crowd here at Stadium Australia. Luke Lewis, good evening to you once again. As this crowd builds, the atmosphere builds, and the anticipation for another Origin series does likewise.
Yeah, good evening everyone, and yeah, absolutely, this atmosphere is building. I can't wait for kick-off. Like you said, only 9 minutes, 8 minutes to go. I'm just watching these people on the field try and pack up this huge screen that was on there. It's mind-blowing how quick these little people are running around. You can't really see them. We just see it all sort of disappear.
I don't know that they're little people. I think they just look smaller because we're a million miles in the air.
But I'm so excited. I seriously can't wait. I just want them to hurry up and walk out, get the national anthem on, and just... I'm buzzing. I just want to see kickoff. Let's go. I want to see something big off the kickoff too, like Regan Campbell-Gillard, who's now starting, just going straight through off the kickoff. Maybe half-field break just to start the game.
Matthew Elliott, good evening to you once again. Great to have you back as part of our Origin coverage.
Yeah, great to be here. I'd love to get your insight, Louis, into... Thank you very much for that as well, mate. I'd love to get your insight into what you'd be experiencing in the dressing sheds if you were a player. We had Andrew Ryan some time ago tell us a fairly unique story about just before the game of actually losing himself.
Out-of-body experience.
Yeah, what about yourself, mate? What would you be doing now if you were just about to hit the field?
No, well, normally this time of the preparation, I'll probably just go and sit down in my little area for probably 2 minutes and just clear the head. Don't think about anything. I remember actually doing a little bit of Keeley meditation, just sort of trying to clear the head. All the preparation's done. Just go out and believe in myself. That's what I'll be telling myself, and making sure know what I'm playing for, and that's my name on my back and the colour I'm playing in. So that was something I always did when it come to Origin, and yes, I reckon this time of the preparation, that's exactly what I'll be doing.
No last-minute shower?
No, I already had about 10 showers before now.
That would have been well catered for. John Gibbs is down on the touchline. Good evening to you once more, Gibbsy.
Yeah, good evening, Andrew and Louis and Matt, and to our listeners on this very, very big night of sport. This is fantastic. The atmosphere here is enormous, and the noise, when they were making a little noise before, it was a racket, and I reckon we're just about at capacity now, which is 80,000. It is just tremendous, and I'm sure some of those players, despite what Louis is saying, and he's cool, calm and collected, their nerves will be jangling, some better than others, and there's some that have had plenty of experience, they'd be suffering nerves as well. And quite frankly, if you didn't have nerves on a night like this, I've got nerves and I'm not even playing. I'm sitting on the sideline next to Ralph, and I'm nervous.
Ralphie Tucker, our producer, I know, it's just got that feel about it. The pyrotechnics are well underway. On the SMS, that number, by the way, if you'd like to send a text, 0467 920 222. And as I've mentioned a couple of times for our listeners in the UK, if you are texting us from there, there is a cost more than a standard text message. So if you're worried about it, just text with your local provider or check with your local providers. Go Queensland, says Jared, Nick and Jono, listening from Chili Beach at Cape York. Great commentary from Peter at Bradford in the UK, on site here pretending to work. Thanks, Rabs and Peter Sterling. Yes, Peter Sterling has also given it away from the Channel 9 duties as well. It's time for my once-a-year viewing of the commercial network. Thank goodness for the ABC and the Mighty Call team, Australia's premier sports presenters from Andrew. That's kind of you. Andrew, thank you very much. Thank God for the ABC and car radios. We have a power outage here for some obscure reason. At least we affected don't have to look or listen to others. Love your work, fellas. Well, thank you, anyone going through a power outage. I hope we can help. Hi, Andrew, Louis and the team on ABC Grandstand for State of Origin Game 1. Shane Borg from North Gosford. Go the New South Wales Blues. Andrew, it's Murray, the blind man with his guide dog, listening in to you guys call the State of Origin my lounge room. Go the Banana Benders, you beauty. Well, thank you so much, Murray. I hope you and Hudson enjoy it. 0467 920 222. Oz in Perth says up the Blues. Best call in the business. What's the chance of Biff from 1 to 100%? I'd put in the very low single digits.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like 7%.
7%. I'm going 2%.
I reckon it's on tonight.
So what percentage?
I'm going 9.9.
Well, 9.9%.
Yeah.
Well, that's not on tonight.
What do you mean?
That means it's very little chance of happening.
I thought you meant out of 10.
A percentage is not out of 10. We need another educated Louis, Gimpy.
I thought you said 1 out of 10.
No, well, he's going 99% then. I'll translate for him. And I'm going 50% because they've changed the judiciary guidelines around State of Origin. What does that tell you? They're saying, boys, we're going to let you get away with a little bit more. So I'm with Louis. I'm not 99%, but I'm 50% that it'll be on.
Well, it went from 9.9% to translated 99%. Queensland team is about to come out. I'll go through their team. Kalen Ponga is the fullback from Newcastle, the Newcastle Knights. The wingers are Selwyn Cobbo from the Broncos and Xavier Coates from the Melbourne Storm. Centres, Valentine Holmes from the Cowboys and Dane Gagai from the Knights. 5'8" Cameron Munster from the Storm. Half and captain, Daly Cherry Evans from the Manly Warringah Seagulls. The lock on debut, Reuben Cotter from the Cowboys. Second rowers, Felice Kafusi from the Storm and Kurt Capewell from the Broncos. Front rowers, Canberra's Josh Papali'i and the Gold Coast Titans' Tino Fasua-Malaawi. The hooker from St George Illawarra is Ben Hunt. And the bench, Melbourne's Harry Grant. The Sydney Roosters' Lindsay Collins. Brisbane's Patrick Carrigan on debut. And the Cowboys' Jeremiah Nanai on debut. The 18th man is Jai Arrow from South Sydney, the coach. Billy Slater as the Maroons work their way through the tunnel here at Stadium Australia. Let's have a listen to the crowd as they recognise that jersey. In enemy territory for tonight's opening game at least. Here they come, Queensland, led out by Daly Cherry Evans. Are they thunderstruck? The Blues team, fullback and captain James Tedesco for the Roosters. Wingers, Penrith Brian To'o and the Roosters Daniel Tupou. Centres on debut, Tony Staggs from the Broncos and Canberra's Jack White. 5'8" and half, both from Penrith, Jerome Luai and Nathan Cleary. The lock from Penrith, Isaiah Yeo. Second rowers, St George Illawarra's Tarek Sims and also Penrith's Liam Martin. Front rowers are Parramatta's Regan Campbell-Gillard and Brisbane's Payne Haas. The hooker is South Sydney's Damien Cook. The bench on debut, Penrith Stephen Crichton, Parramatta's Junior Parlour. South Sydney's Cameron Murray and another on debut, Parramatta's Ryan Maddison, the 18th man Nico Hines. The referee is out there, Ashley Klein, in fancy new clobber, white gear, really from head to toe for the referee Ashley Klein and the touch judges Phil Henderson and David Munro. Grant Atkins can wear whatever he likes in the bunker. The Blues are at the southern end of the ground, having made that walk through the tunnel from the nearby New South Wales Centre of Excellence, and we're about to get into the official proceedings, if you like. Kick-off was due in 1 minute from now. I'm just an educated guess, ain't going to happen. But we've got the Welcome to Country with Yvonne Weldon coming up, and then immediately thereafter, Emily Nkomo will be performing the national anthem. Emily currently starring in a musical, Jagged Little Pill, the Alanis Morissette story. So they're set in the middle of the field. Queensland will lock arms at the northern end of Stadium Australia. New South Wales at the southern end. This is the biggest crowd to a rugby league game since COVID. 3 years ago or 2.5 years ago. As we stand to attention now, we're about to get the Welcome to Country with Yvonne Weldon, the national anthem, and then, ladies and gentlemen, State of Origin in 2022 is about to get underway. All 3 games in Queensland last year. Here's Yvonne Weldon.
My name is Yvonne Weldon, and I am a Wiradjuri from Cowra, here in New South Wales. I'm the elected Deputy Chairperson of the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council, who are the cultural authority under the Aboriginal Land Rights Act for the land we're on. I'd like to pay my respects to all elders, past and present, to all First Nations and to every one of you. The Ora Nation's boundaries are the Hawkes River in the north, the Nepean in the west, and the Georges River in the south. Across this country, there are hundreds of nations, tribes and clans connected to this continent for over 65,000 years. My people are the oldest living culture of the world. And on behalf of the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council, the elders and the members, I welcome everyone to the land of the Burramadigal. I acknowledge the Burramadigal people whose spirits and ancestors will always remain with this land, our Mother Earth. No matter who wins here tonight, we need to walk together and bring about a positive future for everyone. Again, on behalf of the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council, welcome to Burramadigal land. This always was and always will be Aboriginal land. Go the Blues. Rendition of the national anthem. And I think a text here from one of our listeners, Josie, sums it up. I have nothing much to say except that I am excited. Have fun, go the Blues. Thank you, Josie. Louis, I think this is our 10th Origin together. Matt, this is our 19th Origin together. And I think Gibbsy and I, it's our 4th Origin together this campaign. So good luck. Have a deep breath now, because we might not get another one until half time. So, Matthew, you're tipping Queensland. Quickly, why?
Because I'm a Queenslander, Andrew, and that's what you get to do in Origin time. It's not about, who you think's going to win. It's who you get to barrack for.
Louis, you're tipping the Blues?
Oh, of course, mate. Blue bled.
Blue bled?
Bled blue.
Johnny Gibbs, you're tipping why?
I'm fascinated about this all day, and I'm going to go for Queensland. I think they can spring an upset, and just by the way, it'll be To'o marking Cobbo. So To'o will be the left winger. Tupou's gone to the right wing.
To mark Xavier Cates. All right, thank you, Johnny. It'll be the Blues to kick off, defending the southern end of Stadium Australia. Running right to left as we look at them. The lights are flashing off and on. The time of 5 seconds to go before kickoff. Hope you enjoy it, folks. State of Origin 2022. Nathan Cleary to get us underway. Let's do it. Nathan Cleary sends it down to the northern end. Kicks it pretty straight. And it's going to be taken by Daly Cherry Evans. Gives it away to his left to Josh Papali'i. And Big Papa's going to be tackled and shoved to the ground. 10 metres out from his own goal line. Defence coming there in the shape of Liam Martin and Payne Haas. And they're slow to disentangle. Papali'i plays it to Ben Hunt. Short ball right to Fasul Malaawi. Runs into Cook, Sims and Whiten. 16 out from his own goal line. Queensland with the first touch. Hunt short ball right to Police Kafusi. He's tackled 25 out from his own goal line. Dummy half is Ben Hunt. Comes to the left. Reuben Cotter with his first touch. and he crawls to a halt, about 14 short of halfway, courtesy of Isaiah Yeo. They spread the ball through hands left. Munster got the pass away to Capewell. New South Wales is the early chant. Capewell tackled on halfway, making a metre in Blues half. Last tackle, it comes right to Munster. Left foot kick, it floats down to Brian To'o. Fields it, a shallow kick, 20 out from his own line. He burrows into Cobbo, and Dane Gagai and tackled 27 out from his own line. No score after the opening 60 seconds. Now the Blues get their first touch as Luai goes right to Whiten, runs across field, and he's poleaxed by Fasul Malaawi. He'll play it, and Papali'i was in there, played to Cleary, comes right to Tupou. Heavy duty defence from Fasul Malaawi, Papali'i, Munster, and also Cotter, 31 out from the Blues line. Damien Cook goes right to Payne Haas. Nearly got through them, but he's taken now by Munster and Cable. Good run. 8 short of halfway. Plays it quickly. Cook out of dummy half. Set sail, got a short ball away. Tedesco. Ball on the ground was touched by Queensland, and therefore 6 to go for the Blues. 6 more tackles for them. 9 metres in Queensland territory. Yeo plays the ball to Cook. Comes to the left. Luai. Then away to Sims. Tarek charges at Ben Hunt. And also in there was the setter Gagai. Tackle made 32 out from the Queensland line. 1 minute 50 gone in Origin 1. There's no score. Campbell Gillard on the charge for the Blues. He's tackled about 23 out from the line by Ruben Cotter, and also in there was Papali'i. Now Cook, centre field right to Yeo. At the line, he offloads to his Penrith teammate Cleary. Got a ball away that has been dropped by Liam Martin. Queensland come away with it through Valentine Holmes. 18 out from his own line. Plays it quickly to Munster. Sends it open side right to Xavier Coates, and he scored 29 out from his own line. 2 minutes 20 gone, Luke Lewis. No score.
Yeah, absolutely brutal carries by both sides. All started with Josh Papali'i up straight off the kickoff, and then return serve by Payne Haas when New South Wales got the ball. All played through the middle part of the field. Real up-tempo game of footy. How good is this?
Now Papali'i, he stands in a tackle, a metre short of halfway for the Maroons. No score. Played to Ben Hunt. The long ball goes left to Munster. Turns it inside to Cotter. Great tackle. 10 metres inside Blues territory on that occasion, coming from Isaiah Yeo. Now it's Hunt. Short ball left to Fasul Malaawi. Had Capel running off his left hip. Couldn't offload. 30 metres out from the goal line. Last tackle Queensland. 20 in from the far or eastern touchline. Munster. Dummy to pass. Instead puts up the high ball to To'o. Coming through Cobbo. To'o takes it brilliantly. He's caught now by Gagai. 13 out from the Blues line, Matthew. 3 gone. No score.
Yeah, not only a lot of potency in attack, Andrew, but the defensive teams are teeing off on each other. Queensland dodged a bullet in New South Wales last set with Martin dropping that ball.
So now it's the Blues with To'o. Tackled 29 out from his own line. Over the top is Papali'i with Fasul Malaawi. Damien Cook, short ball right, Tupou centre field. He's caught 14 short of halfway. Meanwhile, the Blues lock forward. Isaiah Yeo is in back play with the trainer as New South Wales Tedesco is caught just short of halfway. Yeo looks okay. We'll check with Gibbs in a tick. Comes back right, clearing kick from Cleary, and it goes down to the left wing of Xavier Coates. Fields it. 12 out from his own line. Returns it almost to the 20. Shot back. Great chase by the Blues. And Katoni Staggs led the charge. Plays it quickly to Ponga. Then a short ball left to Holmes. Left foot step taken. 24 out from his own line. Let's check in downstairs. John Gibbs.
Yeah, Isaiah Yeo was undergoing those HIA protocols with the trainer. That was after he made the tackle, the inside ball to Ruben Cotter. It didn't do him a lot of good, but it looks like he's okay. This is an up-tempo game. Fantastic.
Now Munster sends an inside ball away to taking the hit up Fasul Malaawi, mid-quarter halfway, Queensland territory. Now it's Munster. Short ball left to Capewell, beat one tackle. Now dragged down a metre in Blues territory. 10 in from the eastern touchline on the last. Hunt goes right to Cherry Evans. He puts up the clearing kick. Tedesco underneath it. Moved about 5 paces to his right. Takes it 10 out from his own line. The Maroons chase looks good, and it's headed up by Cotter. 19 out from the Blues goal line. 4 minutes 30 gone. No score. Played to Luai. Short ball left to Brian To'o, and he's tackled 28 out from his own goal line. He'll play the ball now to Luai again. Short ball right to Tupou in centre field. And big Daniel Tupou's claim, 15 short of halfway, right in centre field by Cotter and Hunt. Plays the ball to Damien Cook. Short ball left to Tedesco. He puts on a jink and a step at the line, but he's caught on halfway there by Papali'i and Cotter. Plays it to Cook. He scampers from dummy half, then sends it inside to Luai to the Queensland 40. Dragged down 35 out from the Maroons line. Last tackle Blues. No score after the opening 5 minutes. The kick off the boot of Cleary from 37 out. out. It's high down to Ponga. Is it too deep? Yes. Ponga takes it in goal. 20-metre tap for Queensland. 7 tackle set for Queensland. No score. Luke Lewis, frantic start.
Yeah, absolutely. Frantic start, and it's from end to end. Beautiful tackle there from New South Wales. But that kick, very unusual there from Nathan Cleary. He gets them right every time. So for him to give him a 7 tackle set away there, very unusual.
It was a heavy tackle on Cobbo. Coates takes the next hit up, and now it's Gagai with a jinking run. Tackled 6 short of halfway. 5 minutes 40 gone. No score in Origin 1. Ben Hunt. Short ball left. Fasua Malaawi charges headlong into Haas and Yo and tackles 7 metres in New South Wales territory. Plays it to Hunt. Comes centre field right to Munster. 40 out. Then plays out the back. Cherry Evans steps straight past Sims. Gets past another, now dragged down. 21 out from the goal line by Jerome Luai. Played to Munster. They come to the left, the Queenslanders. Ben Hunt puts in a stab kick, heading in goal. Rolling over the dead ball line. In the end, a poor execution from the kick. 20-metre tap, 7 tackle set for the Blues. And so Ben Hunt, not the result he would have wanted. 6 minutes 20 gone, no score.
Well, normally when we're 6 minutes into the game, Andrew, we're talking about the grind, aren't we? Well, the grind in modern footy, and particularly at this level, has changed significantly. Not only are we seeing big contact defensively, just so much ball play. What a great game.
Play 2 for the Blues, and it's Brian To'o gets past Fasua Malaawi. Now tackled 10 metres short of halfway. Plays the ball to Damien Cook, and it's a set restart for New South Wales for a ruck infringement. So that's the first of the night, and Payne Haas is tackled 2 metres in Maroon's half. 7 minutes gone, no score. Damien Cook spins it centre field left to Yo. Keeps it going this time to his left as the Blues have it. 35 out from the goal line by Regan Campbell-Gillard. Plays it to Cook. Short ball right to Yo. And that was nearly forward to his right to Payne Haas. And Fasua Malaawi rides him into the Stadium Australia turf. 20 metres out from the line with help from Capewell. Cook, Jenks gets straight past the mark of Capewell. Links up right to Cleary. Then an inside ball comes away of Liam Martin. Got through Kafusi. Stood in the tackle of Munster and Fasua Malaawi. 11 out from the goal line as the Blues attack. Cook comes to the left to Cleary. Plays out the back. Yo links up with Luai. Got straight past Gagai. Cut out pass away to To'o. He steps back towards centre field, but a great job by Cobbo in defence. 14 metres out. Last tackle, New South Wales. Damien Cook, dummy half. Comes right to Cleary. Puts up the crossfield kick to the wing of Tupou. Up they go. And the ball goes through hands and dived on. No, in fact, it goes over the eastern touchline off Tupou. So it'll be a Queensland play the ball. 10 out from their own line. 8 minutes gone. No score. Touchline, Johnny Gibbs.
Well, what was incredible then is that they tore in off the wing. Cobbo came up with a good tackle, but he missed the first time. He had an air swing, but the scramble was amazing. They thought they were going to have an overlap, New South Wales, but by the time they got to the flanks, there was 3 Queenslanders coming.
So now in play 2, it's Queensland with a footy, Gibbsy. 28 out from their own line. And it's played by Valentine Holmes. Comes right to Papali'i. Runs into Sims and Haas and stands in the tackle. 12 short of halfway. 8 minutes 20 gone. No score. Now it's Hunt. Comes to the left, Munster. Sends it back on the inside to Cotter. And in centre field, he's taken over the top by Campbell-Gillard. 4 short of halfway. Ben Hunt goes right now to Fasua Malaawi. Big Pino is dumped to the ground. What a tackle that was. 4 metres in Blues territory by Damien Cook. Now comes right to Cherry Evans, a rush kick straight down the gullet of Tedesco. 7 out from the Blues line, he'll easily get to the 20. Steps his way to the 20 and Kafusi caught 25 out from his own line. 9 gone, no score here at Stadium Oz.
I'll tell you what, they're sucking him in, aren't they? All the players out there at the moment. I'm watching Josh Papali'i very closely at the moment. He's struggling to get back and get up and get his line speed. But I tell you, Damien Cook is tearing the field apart at the moment with his running game.
What about that tackle as well? As now Tupou's caught, 14 short of halfway for New South Wales. Now it's Cook out of dummy half. Works it right, Campbell-Gillard. He's floored just short of halfway by Reuben Cotter and Ben Hunt. Plays the ball to Cook, spins it away left, centre field to Yo. Steps in field straight past Hunt. And he's lost the ball, and Queensland dive on it through Tino Fasua Malaawi. 6 metres short of halfway. Played, it comes to the right, Cherry Evans. Cut out ball to Selwyn Cobbo. Steps straight into Whiten and and he's going to go over the touchline. Yes, he is. Great defence by Brian To'o. Oh, it's a penalty, you're right, to Queensland. First penalty of the night He must have called hell. Gee, they had momentum the whole way through, but a penalty to the Maroons. 2 short of halfway, 8 in from touch, Western side. 10 gone, no score.
Well, they needed that break, Andrew. Kirk capable of getting some treatment in the backfield after some heavy contact in the last defensive set, and he's still out of the play. But fatigue, we were hoping would become an issue. I can tell you it's well and truly set in both teams.
Queensland's tap, 30 metres out, taken by Gagai. Goes left to Hunt, away to Fasul Malaawi. Steps into Campbell, Gillard, Haas and Sims. 22 out from the Blues line. So a great chance here for Queensland to apply plenty of pressure as it's played to Ben Hunt. Comes to the left, Cherry Evans, left foot step. He had Cotter with him, but he takes him on himself, DCE. And he's caught 11 metres out from the Blues goal line in centre field by Yo and Cook. Plays it to Hunt. Comes to the left to Ponga. Sends it back on the inside. Capewell runs into Liam Martin and Cleary. And he's tackled 6 metres out from the goal line. Played to Hunt. Drifts to his right. Links up with Cherry Evans. Short ball to Papa. He mishandles it. Knocks the ball on to Papa. And it'll be a let off for the Blues. The New South Wales scrum feed. 10 out from their own line. 11 minutes gone and a scoreless start of the game.
Yeah, that was a tough pass there for Tino Fasul-Malaawi, but he should have caught it. You've got to be expecting every pass, especially in Origin. You've got to know that you're getting the ball with about 3 or 4 people in front of you. He just doesn't catch it there. But Queensland, that was their best opportunity in this first opening stanza of the game. But good work by the Blues to defend it.
Yeah, Cherry Evans has had a great start in attack there, but I question his pass selection there. I think he should have played out the back. He had a lot of moving, and Munster, who hasn't got a lot of ball, he was free and had space.
Blues win the scrum, and it comes to the right edge, and Tupou's met very solidly. 16 out from his own line. Darcy's listening from Mount Barney with his uni group. So glad we have a transistor radio to listen to you in a remote area. And that's fantastic. It always impresses us where we are broadcasting to and how people are tuning in as Cook goes to Yo. Back on the inside to Payne Haas. He's caught 30 out from his own line. Nearly 12 minutes gone, no score. Ball played to Damien Cook. Comes to the left to Isaiah Yo. Connor's there with the first contact. But it's a good run from Yo. Gets to within 8 of halfway as Ben Hunt joined the defensive party. Cook comes left this time. Short ball to Tarek Sims. Left foot step straight into the defensive Kafusi. 2 metres in Queensland's half. Last tackle Blues. Comes to Cleary from centre field. High kick down to Kalen Ponga. Takes it. 9 out from his own goal line. Sends it straight away to Selwyn Cobbo, who slips as he steps. 19 out from his own line. And John Gibbs on the touchline. That's the first sign of slippery footing we've seen from either team.
Yeah, it's not too bad. There's an offload and away they go, Queensland. And now they lost it. So New South Wales a great chance here, Andrew.
Valentine Holmes dropped it. Cole comes away left to Luai. Then away to Whiten. Whiten links up with Cobbo's there. Head on tackle, made 18 out. But all of a sudden the Maroons have made 2 big errors. Papali'i on the Blues goal line, and now Valentine Holmes 15 out from his own line. Here's Tarek Sims. Stands in the tackle, 13 out from the line of Papali'i. Plays the ball to Cook in front of those northern posts. Comes to the right, Cleary away to Luai. They got numbers. Tedesco pass nearly intercepted. Xavier Coates dropped it, and it's going to be deemed a knock on by Xavier Coates, even though the Blues picked it up. So I wonder why it wasn't play on. Anyway, it'll be a Blues scrum feed. 12 out from the Queensland line. 13 minutes gone. No score in Origin 1. 0467 920 222. Do you know the total weight of the forward packs, please? No idea, Di. They're all big. Good evening, Andrew, Matthew, John, Luke. This time of year, really looking forward to watching the Origin tonight with the TV sound down, allowing me to watch and listen to the best callers in the game. Sorry, Matthew, but go the Blues. Kindest regards from Heather. What a chance here for New South Wales.
Yeah, big chance here for the Blues with where they're getting the play ball right. I mean, the scrum feed right in the middle of the field. But I tell you what, lucky Xavier Coates didn't run the length there.
Blues win the scrum, and Cleary's caught by Ponga and Cherry Evans. 10 metres out from the Queensland line. 13 minutes 45 gone, no score. Play to Cook, comes to the right as the Blues work into within 5 metres of the Queensland goal line. Big test for the Maroons defence. It's played by Campbell Gillard. Comes right to Cleary, back on the inside to Haas. Charges there at Fasul Malaawi. Ben Hunt and Papali'i stands in the tackle. Big Payne Haas. 3 out from the line. Cook spins at centre field, left to Cleary, away to Luai. Out the back it goes. Whiten takes them on, easily beats Gagai. Takes Cobbo with him to score the opening try of Origin 1. Jack Whiten, the mystery selection. He scores the try. But Gagai easily. Try to the Blues. New South Wales 4. Queensland 0 after Queensland paying the price for 2 drop balls from their last 2 sets. Whiten the try. Early start for New South Wales.
Yeah, great start for the Blues, isn't it? They've had their opportunities. They get down to the patience there from New South Wales to run one more play back into the post, but the pass from dummy half was absolutely crisp. Here's Nathan Cleary, then it's just out the back, gives it to Jack Whiten, who's just running, and he was never going to pass it. His best attribute is to run. He sees the try line, slides between two Queensland players and slams the ball down for the first try of the night. Well done to the Blues, and this has been a cracking start to the game.
Matthew Elliott.
What about Jack Whiten's intent there when he received the ball? He was doing nothing else but scoring, and if you're going to stop me, good luck. And as you said, Louis, you know, I've got nothing but admiration for the patience that these Penrith halves can show. They weren't in any hurry. They just kept everyone composed, and when they put a play on, well, they didn't create that much space. Whiten just used every little millimetre.
Let's go downstairs. John Gibb.
Well, it was on the back of 3 mistakes. Papali'i close to the line, or Sumalari was a poorly directed pass from Cherry Evans. Then we had Valentine Holmes dropping the ball, and Xavier Coates mistiming an intercept. But the hands was beautiful. Jerome Luai, great work, and that's Jack Whiten showing why Brad Fittler has such great faith in him. And the pass, as you say, Louis, it was a perler from Damien Cook. Boom! It went like a bullet.
Now, Papali'i's coming off the field for the Maroons. It'll just be an interchange, and Patrick Carrigan will replace him after only 15 minutes and 40 seconds. Here's Nathan Cleary, 21 metres out. 1 metre in from the western touchline. New South Wales 4, Queensland 0. Cleary moves in, he strikes it, it's off the upright, no goal. But the Blues lead the Maroons 4 points to 0 after the opening almost 16 minutes of play here at Stadium Australia, and Carrigan has come on for his Origin debut.
The other thing I'm loving about this, Andrew, is not only is it good footy, but fatigue already is starting to play a part in this game, and that makes it so interesting. So congratulations to the referee. He stayed out of the way and let these guys play footy.
Kylie from Daysdale looking forward to the call. Thank you, Kylie. Good call, boys. Ray and Todd having a couple of beers at MacArthur River Mine in the Northern Territory. Go you Blues. Ray, Todd, enjoy. Here's the kickoff coming now from Valentine Holmes. It'll land about 5 out from the Blues line, and it's taken by Tedesco. He turns it inside, and New South Wales start a new set 13 metres out from their own line. That's where Payne Haas is tackled. Play to Damien Cook. Comes left to Daniel Tupou. So like the Roosters use Tupou, it's an early hit up from deep inside his own territory. Plays it 13 out from his own line to Cook. Now it's Campbell Gillard at first receiver. Crosses the 20-metre line. Caught 22 out from his own line by Cherry Evans and Farsumala Awi. Tarek Sims a hit up, but it's cut short just inside the New South Wales 30. 15 in from the western touchline. Cook spins it right to Yo. Yo jinks at the line and makes great post contact metres. Gets to within 12 of halfway before finally dumped to the ground by Felice Kafusi. Plays it on the last. Cook goes right to Cleary from inside the 40. Wobbly looking kick. It's allowed to bounce, but it bounces straight to Kalen Ponga. He turns it inside to Xavier Coates, and he returns it into the Blues chase. Campbell Gillard, Haas and Luai are there, and he hits the deck 32 out from his own line. Queensland with it down 4-0 after 17 minutes. Now it's Cobbo. He got past a charging Sims, but can't beat Campbell Gillard or that other Blues defender in there who is everywhere, Cook. And now Carrigan's first hit up. He gets straight past Liam Martin. Now tackled 2 short of halfway. Plays the ball to Hunt. He's been dreaming about that forever, Patrick Carrigan. Now Munster steps in field, gets the offload away to Hunt. Cut out pass left, goes to Valentine Holmes with a left foot step. And he's scored 11 metres in Blues territory. 11 in from the eastern touchline. New South Wales 4, Queensland 0. Munster goes right to Farsumala Awi. Got away from Campbell Gillard. Still standing Big Tino. Can't offload though, and he'll play it 30 metres out from the Blues line on the last. Hunt goes right to Cherry Evans from 31 metres out. High kick. Cobbo flying through. Up goes To'o. To'o comes down with it, and he's tackled by Gagai. 4 out from his own line. 17 minutes 30 gone. New South Wales 4, Queensland 0. As now a big hit coming in from Patrick Carrigan. My goodness. 7 metres out from the line on the try scorer Whiten. Played to Luai. Goes right to To'o, and he's tackled 15 out from his own line. I'm worried about Matt. I think he suffered the pain of that hit from up here.
Oh, how good.
Here's Tedesco at the defensive line. He manages to get over the 30. Great run. 32 out from the Blues line, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, what about that hit? You're talking about physicality out there. It is coming from both sides. It is the most brutal Origin, or start of Origin, I've seen for a long period of time, which is great to see. Got to give Brian To'o a massive wrap. Comes up with a huge take there. A lot of pressure on him. He's very smart to get straight down to the ground.
Kick downfield by Cleary. Taken by Ponga on the 20-metre line, returns it over his 30, and now he's collected by Campbell, Gillard and Yo, 14 short of halfway. Blues 4, Maroons nil after 18 minutes 30. You're with Luke Lewis, Matthew Elliott up here, John Gibbs downstairs. I'm Andrew Moore. Hope you're enjoying it through Grandstand Rugby League as it's played to Hunt on halfway. Comes left to Carrigan on a stepping run. He's tackled 7 metres in New South Wales territory. Played to Hunt, comes left to Ponga. Ponga takes on the defensive Cleary, offloaded to Holmes, and it's a set restart here for the Maroons. Their first of the night, so another set of 6, 26 metres out. Holmes plays it to Ponga, comes to the right, Ben Hunt away to Munster, sends it inside to Fasil Malaawi, charges at Haas, tackled with help from Sims, 20 out from the Blues goal line, plays the ball to Ben Hunt, 4-0 New South Wales lead, comes right, Cherry Evans, double pumps it away to Gagai, he loses it, cleaned up at the back by Selwyn Cobbo, but yet another mistake from the Maroons, Matthew, it's killing them, that's their third error in the opening 19 minutes, that time from Dane Gagai, New South Wales 4, Queensland 0, and the Blues will get a scrum feed, 12 out from their own line.
Gee, Andrew, I really wish I could argue the point, but the key difference between the two teams and what we hope that momentum swings two ways is composure. That pass didn't need to be made at that time. They just got 6 again. They were early in the tackle count. Just actually make the New South Wales team work a little harder and then find space later in the set.
Touchline, John Gibbs.
Yeah, that was a poorly directed pass again, just trying to do a little bit too much. What they are doing at Queensland, which will give them hope, is they are creating opportunities. They may be behind 4-0, but they're creating opportunities. What about his game?
Yes, on play 2, he beats a tackle, gets 34 out from his own line. Junior Barlaw comes on for the Blues, replacing Regan Campbell-Gillard. And his first hit-up's a strong one, straight through Fasil Malaawi, taken by Hunt and Cotter, 10 short of halfway. Played to Cook, goes right, Yo to Cleary, quick hands at the back this time to Staggs. Staggs does a run around on his old Brisbane teammate, Xavier Coates, who comes back at him, 2 short of halfway, 11 in from the eastern touchline, Blues with it. It's played and it comes to the left. Cleary a long ball, centre field to Yo. Yo's going to be upended. Yes, he is. 5 metres in Maroons territory, courtesy of Hunt, and also in there was Cotter. Here's the kick from Cleary. It's a towering high kick. Pressure on Ponga. He falls on his bum as he takes it. 16 out from his own line. The chase was led by Luai and Sims. And we've had 20 minutes and 45 seconds already. 4-0 to the Blues. Here's Cobbo in centre field for Queensland. He's tackled 22 out from his own line. Plays the ball to Cherry Evans. To the left, Munster. With a left foot step into the defence. He's taken by Barlaw and Cook. 29 out from his own line. 18 in from the eastern touchline. Now it's Carrigan near centre field. And he's dumped to the ground, 12 short of halfway. Queensland trailing 4-0, but they got the footy. Ben Hunt goes left to Munster from inside the 40, drills a kick downfield. It's going to be taken by Tedesco in the in-goal area. Great deep kick from Munster. A lot will depend on the chase. He steps and he's taken by Capewell and Munster. 6 out from his own line. Great kick and chased by the Maroons, Louis. The Blues have it 6 out from their own line.
Yeah, that's a huge effort. It's not something that everyone looks at, but that kick and that kick chase and to stop Tedesco inside that 10-metre area is huge. But one thing I like about New South Wales, the way they're playing, very patient, but they're moving the ball to the left and they're shifting to the right. Very smart.
Now it's the Blues, Luai, 27 out from his own line, plays it, Cook goes left to To'o. Wrapped up by Kafusi. Over the top 2 was Carrigan and Cherry Evans, 14 short of halfway. Cook centre field right. Yo away to Cleary. Cut out pass, finds down Katoni Staggs. He's over halfway, but he's nailed here by Xavier Coates. And he'll play at 9 metres in Maroons territory. Only 2 in from that far or eastern touchline. Plays it. Tupou sends it left to Cleary, puts up a kick. It's a floater down to Cobbo, takes it 20 out from his own line. I thought got past Sims, but Tarek did enough to knock him to the deck. 22 metres out from his own line. 22 minutes gone, 4-0 in favour of the Blues, with the 15th minute try to Jack Whiten down the left edge. Now Ponga, he's taken 28 out from his own goal line by Cook, and Barlaw is coming onto the field down for Queensland as Lindsay Collins and also Harry Grant. So Grant appears after 22 and a half minutes. Fasil Malaawi and Ben Hunt come off. Maroons 12 short of halfway. Grant goes left. Collins. It's a towering first hit up. Powerful as he's caught a metre in Blues territory by Barlaw. Plays the ball now to Grant. Goes left to Ruben. Cotter with a left foot step. Ground to be made. Cotter's 34 out from the Blues goal line and he'll play it on the last with the Queenslanders down 4-0. Comes right to Cherry Evans. High kick towards To'o again. No pressure though for Brian. He's got it 4 out from his own line. Steps into Gagai and Cobbo. 9 out from his own line. 23 gone. Blues 4, Maroons 0 as down New South Wales work it right to Whiten. 14 out from the Blues line. What have you made of the kicking game from both sides, Matthew Elliott, thus far?
Yeah, again, it's been a little bit inconsistent from both teams. There's been some great kicks. I thought Munster's last one was really well-timed kick. But again, New South Wales with Ivan Cleary has an up and down game with the kicking game.
Same to his son Nathan as the ball's played on the Blues 30 and lost by Junior Barlaw. So the error comes down from the Blues, and Queensland will have a scrum feed, Louis. 30 out from the New South Wales line. 23 minutes, 30 gone. New South Wales 4, Queensland 0.
Yeah, well, I think New South Wales are slowly starting to win the arm wrestle battle. They needed that error there, Queensland, just to get a bit of field position and start to build some confidence, maybe build a little bit of pressure on New South Wales. At the worst, they need to come up with a repeat set here. Keep the New South Wales defending, but I love what New South Wales are doing.
Touchline, John Gibbs.
Katoni Staggs was just receiving attention because he was cleaned up by Xavier Coates, and there's also another player, a Queensland player, being attended to at the moment, and that is Xavier Coates, I think, over in the left wing. He's limping. So Cobbo and, should I say, Xavier Coates and Katoni Staggs both hurt.
Both on that side of the field. Maroons win the scrum, and it comes left on play 2 to Carrigan. He's tackled 12 metres out from his own line. Harry Grant, dummy half in front of the southern post, and it comes away left. Cam Munster, big dummy left, then comes back to the right, takes them on himself, and he's tackled 3 metres out from the Blues goal line by Payne Haas. Plays the ball now to Grant, set restart for Queensland as it comes away to Carrigan. Right up the middle he goes, he's in goal, and then shoved back into the field of play. Great goal line defence, played to Harry Grant. Dummies left here, thought the Blues were offside all over the place. He passes it into the markers, Harry Grant, because he knew. And it's a penalty to Queensland. Their second penalty of the night, half a metre out from the Blues line. 15 in from touch. 15 minutes left first half. New South Wales 4, Queensland 0. Repeat set for the Maroons.
Yeah, I think Ben Hunt done a great job in the opening 20 minutes, especially with his defence and his kicking game and his setting up play. But I reckon bringing on Harry Grant, they've actually gone up that level already. They look a little bit more dangerous out of dummy half. Everyone's searching for the ball and waiting for some offload. So
Harry Grant takes the tap, it goes left. Cherry Evans away to Lindsay Collins. Queensland on the attack with Collins held. Only 5 metres out from the Blues line. Can the Maroons hit back here down 4 points to 0? Collins plays it to Grant. He dummies, goes himself, but Cook was aware, so was Haas. I tell you what, he's close. He's close. He might even be held up in goal. He is. That's the ruling from referee Ashley Klein. 25 minutes, 40 gone. 4-0 Blues. Grant will go back and play it 10 metres out from the New South Wales line to Cameron Munster. It comes right to Lindsay Collins. Steps into a big hit from Barlaw and Haas over the top. 2 metres out in front of the right upright. Grant, a long ball left to Munster. Plays it out the back. Oh, Valentine Holmes ruined the momentum. He couldn't catch it. He juggled it, and he's tackled 4 metres out. If he could have caught and passed it to Coates, they might have been in trouble. The Blues comes to the right now, through hands. Carrigan gets it away to Cherry Evans, links up eventually with Ponga. Short ball to Gagai, trying to get on the outside of White, but he's pummeled to the deck. 10 metres out, just in from the touchline in the southwest corner. Last tackle Queensland. Cherry Evans will kick it left this time. It's well short of the goal line, however. Up they fly, and the ball's going to come out the back for Liam Martin. It wasn't a great kick from Cherry Evans, and the Blues have it. 16 out from their own line. 26 minutes, 30 gone. New South Wales 4, Queensland 0. Here's a great run by Tupou up to the Blues 30-metre line.
Yeah, what an outstanding defensive effort there for 3 sets by the New South Wales Blues, because Queensland asked some genuine questions. They had to hold Harry Grant up over the try line. Tarek Sims getting driven back now.
By Gagai, 23 out from the Blues line. Played to Cook. Comes short side left away to Brian To'o. Scheming always To'o, but he's tackled by Grant and Cherry Evans. 12 short of halfway. 10 in from the western touchline. Cook goes right to Junior Barlaw. Throws it along the ground to nobody in particular. Scooped up off the deck by Liam Martin. And Liam Martin's going to be held up 32 metres out from his own line. 4-0 Blues. 27 gone. It's played to Cook. Comes back to Cleary for a clearing kick on the last. Straight down the throat of Ponga. He takes it 21 out from his own line. Easily gets up over the 30, does Ponga. He drifts to the left and straightens and dumps. 10 short of halfway. It was great defence from Liam Martin in concert that time with Katoni Staggs. Now Xavier Coates in off the wing. He's scored 2 metres short of halfway. 20 in from the eastern touchline. Plays the ball to Grant. Comes to the right to Collins. Right up the middle goes Lindsay Collins. Caught 7 metres in New South Wales territory. Played to Grant. They work it left away to Carrigan on the angled run over the 30. Great run by Carrigan. He's cut down 27 away from the goal line by Haas. Now Grant. Short ball left Ponga away to Cotter. Ruben Cotter's tackled 14 out as Jeremiah Nenai comes on the field for Queensland for his debut. They come to the right, Munster. Out the back, Cherry Evans, who slips over in the tackle of White and lost the ball. In fact, it's a changeover. So things going horribly right for the Maroons. John Gibbs late in the tackle count. Blues change over 10 out from their own line, leading 4-0.
Yeah, just a lack of composure there, but big news, Xavier Coates. Have a look over on that far side of the field, about in the halfway. He's down receiving attention. He's in trouble. Is this the captain's challenge?
Let's have a listen to Ash Klein.
We've got a captain's challenge from Queensland, challenging the decision that there's been a high tackle on the last tackle.
So
I don't believe it's the last tackle. I believe they've been hit high. And they can challenge it because it's had a restart of play.
Well, Cherry Evans had slipped over, was barely 3 inches off the deck when the hand of Whiten touched his face, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, well, there's nothing Jack Whiting to do there. He's slipping over, he puts his hand down. Yeah, does his hand touch his face? Absolutely, but I don't think this gets overturned. Surely not. It's playing Origin.
Well, I don't care whether they're playing at Michael Cronin Oval in Gerringong.
It's just a touch. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Yeah, so it should be.
They've got that right.
Yeah, so it should be. I'm wondering if Nanai goes into the centres here, by the way, with Coates coming off, and Holmes, Holmes goes onto the wing. Yeah, no, it is. It's capable. Sorry, you got that 100% right, Louis.
That's a massive loss, though, for Queensland.
Speed,
massive
absolutely.
loss. So the Blues are going to play at 10 out for their own line, leading 4-0 after 28 minutes. And Xavier Coates coming from the field, and he's still limping horribly over there beyond the eastern touchline. We won't see him again. That is a massive blow for Queenslanders. Now To'o plays the ball to Cook, and it comes right to Tarek Sims, runs into Collins and put to the ground 22 metres out from his own line. Also in there was Carrigan, played to Cook, comes right to Yeo, and he steps into the defence, can't offload. 31 out from his own line. New South Wales 4, Queensland 0. Now Cook goes to the left edge, and it's a great run by the Blues. Got Ryan Madison on the field now for New South Wales. Gets to within 5 metres of halfway it was with his first touch. Cleary the kick from just outside his own 40, and it goes down to the left wing, fielded by Valentine Holmes, and he returns it. Can't beat the chase. 31 out from his own line. So Valentine Holmes, certainly no stranger to playing on the wing. Capewell, no stranger to playing in the centres. And here he's being used at first receiver. Tackled 9 short of halfway. Played to Kalen Ponga. Short ball left away to Felice Kafusi. He got through one. Now caught on halfway. 4-0 Blues. 10 minutes 40 left in the first half. Munster on halfway. Short ball right to Carrigan. But Sims was up in his face with Damien Cook. And one other defender down low, Junior Barlaw. 38 out from the Blues line. Ball's going to be played to Grant. Comes to the left, Munster away to Ponga. Then a cut-out ball. Capewell quick hands to Holmes, went forward. And another missed opportunity for Queensland. It'll be a Blues ball, 22 out from their own line. Half an hour gone. New South Wales 4, Queensland 0. On the SMS, Andrew Knight just spoke with Brad Fiddler. How does he stay so calm as a coach, especially in Origin, says Gary. That's the way he is. For sure and certain. Best one in a while, reckons Trish. And come for the stellar play-by-play call. Stay for Matty's noises and how goods. Cheers from Dave in Brisbane.
The headers are licking the door handles.
Another says, great call, guys, listening from here in Melbourne. Go the Maroons. What do you make of the forward pass, boys? First?
Yeah, it was an inch forward. I've seen other ones get away with it, but it was definitely forward. That view that they had was absolutely spot on. The cameraman was right in the right place. But it's a good thing, even though the coach has gone off, Valentine Holmes seems to score a lot of tries for Queensland on that left wing.
Here's the Blues, 14 short of halfway. Tupou sends it left. A flick pass by Barlow, nearly knocked on by Luai. Now it's scooped up and given to Cleary, and he's ridden into the deck by Munster. 8 metres short of halfway. More good luck than good management on that occasion from New South Wales. 15 in from the eastern touchline. Tedesco sends it left to Liam Martin. He's up over halfway by a metre, taken by 3 defenders, including Carrigan, Cotter and Munster. He'll play it 20 in from the eastern touchline. Cook sends it left to Yeo. Yeo dummies at the line, gains his customary 10. He's 11 metres in Maroons territory. Plays the ball to Damien Cook, comes left. Barlow again a pass on the ground. That's about his third. Tarek Sims gets away from one. Now he's taken by Collins and Nenai. 31 out from the Queensland line. Last tackle, New South Wales to lead 4-0. High kick from Cleary to the left wing of Valentine Holmes. He's now the target. He takes that beautifully. He's got it 11 out from his own line with 8 minutes 30 to play in the half. 4-0 to the Blues, and John Gibbs, we just see the sad image of Coates limping up through the tunnel.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He and also Katoni Staggs were injured in the same play, but obviously Xavier Coates far worse. We have now Capewell out in the centres, but he'll know what to expect from his Brisbane teammate Katoni Staggs. And Cameron Murray into the front. Oh, Whiten.
Jack White, a huge hit on Lindsay Lindsay Collins on the Queensland 30. Grant goes left now to Carrigan up the middle, and Pat Carrigan, great post contact metres from him, gets to within 7-6 of halfway. Reckon there were 10 post contact metres. Last tackle though for the Maroons, and it's off the boot of Munster. It's a shonky looking kick straight to Tupou on the right wing. He fields it on the full 20 out from his own line, and Capewell leads the chase along with Munster and Kafusi to make the tackle. 24 out from the Blues line. 8 left first half. New South Wales 4, Queensland 0, as now the Blues take it up 30 metres out from their own line.
Two guys for me that are standing out for New South Wales, Damien Cook and Jack Whiten. Jack Whiten's been absolutely on fire. He's getting involved. He's coming up with big shots, scored a try. Really good work from those two guys for New South Wales.
As now the Blues send it to the left. Luai back on the inside to Sims, and he's going to be caught right on the halfway line. So you play the ball to Damien Cook, and Damien Cook sets off himself, got a pass away to a quick following Yo, who's tackled 38 metres out from the goal line. He plays it. In fact, on the field now, Cameron Murray for New South Wales. Crossfield kick is taken by Tupou because Holmes didn't contest it. Gets the pass away to Tedesco, who made Kalen Ponga look like a turnstile. But no try. It comes back for the Maroons, 15 out from their own line. 7 left first half. New South Wales 4, Queensland 0. Matthew Elliott. It was a near thing because Queensland did not contest the footy, and that pass to Tedesco deep forward.
Yeah, pretty much the same as the last one that we spoke about from Queensland. Marginally forward. You know, and you'd think with 4-0, Andrew, this would be a boring game, but what we're seeing here is high-quality football, high collisions. I'm enjoying every second of this.
Queensland on their own 20. It comes right to Selwyn Cobbo. Tackled 28 out from his own line by Sims. Played to Grant. One-handed pickup. Ran into his own dude. Then drops the ball left. It's so bad, that play from Harry Grant. But fortunately for him, the ball has been touched by a New South Wales hand. He just looked in total and utter confusion, Harry Grant. But the ball was touched in flight by a Blue. So it's going to be a Queensland scrum feed. 31 metres out from their own line. 6 left first half. New South Wales 4, Queensland 0. So, on the SMS, Andrew says DC is getting in the way of the Queensland backs. Freddie's vibe selection of Whiten paying off big time. Rob says, listening to the call, sitting out in the cold, taking photos with my telescope at Brankston in the Hunter Valley. Keep up the good work, gents. What a night you're having, Rob. Thank you, mate. 0467 920 222. So now Queensland wins the scrum, and it goes left edge to Kurt Capewell. Tackled 10 short of halfway, 17 in from the eastern touchline. Played to Grant. Comes right to Felice Kafusi, who's wrapped up 4 metres short of halfway. 20 in from touch on the eastern side. Grant spins a long ball right to Munster on halfway. Plays at the line and offloads to Cherry Evans, who goes on a stepping run himself, but ultimately straight into Sims and Luai. 9 metres in New South Wales territory. Blues up 4-0 with the Jack Whiten try. Grant, short side right to Ponga. Cut out pass is a shocker. It's picked up beautifully off the bounce by Cobbo. Puts in a stab kick. Gagai picks it up. Wow, what a try! Gagai breaks an 8 Origin game try-scoring drought. What about the kick from Selwyn Cobbo? He can't have just turned 20. It can't be his debut. The pick up and the kick was something else. 4 minutes 40 to go. Queensland hit back. Try to Gagai. Selwyn Cobbo. That'll be replayed for many, many moons to come. 4 all pick to come, Maroons. Luke Lewis.
Yeah, well, Selwyn Cobbo, he's on debut and he makes it look like he's been out there forever. He comes up with a huge play. Kalen Ponga hasn't really been involved tonight. Comes down a short side, looking for a special pass. It sort of slips out of his hands, hits the deck. Cobbo at full speed, picks the ball up around his ankles, sums up the situation. Sees Dane Gagai on his inside. Does he pass? Does he kick? On at full pace, puts a beautiful little kick in, and Gagai gets the bounce and scores a great try. 4 all kick to come. How good.
Well, it was the right decision to go down this right-hand short side, and Harry Grant, who's been creating a lot of indecision in the New South Wales defence, made the right decision. Nothing like a bounce pass to come up with a try, is there? It was a poor pass from Ponga, let's be honest. Hits the deck, but it makes the whole New South Wales defensive line hesitate, as you would. Cobbo, no words. No words for a kid of that age to come up with that pickup, with that kick, in this arena.
Valentine Holmes to line up the shot, 20 out, touchline. John Gibbs it unfolded in front of you.
Right in front of me, Kalen Ponga threw the pass on the outside of Jack White and it was a sloppy one, but it proved to be a good one. It was like a one under in basketball, and the pick up and kick right in front of me was fantastic. Valentine Holmes about to have this shot, but I reckon a Tupou pass, by the way, was okay. He was being tackled backwards out of the hands. I think the pass to Tedesco was fine, and he argued the toss with the referee.
Here's Valentine Holmes, one of the sweetest strikers of a footy you could ever see. 20 metres out, 15 in from the western touchline. 4-all the score. Here comes Holmes. Moves in, strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal. Queensland is in front. Queensland 6, New South Wales 4. Possession very even. The Blues 51% of it so far in the opening 36.5 minutes. But it's the Maroons 6, the Blues 4 here at Stadium Australia before 80,000 fans. So the restart will come, and we've seen Louis so often these last few minutes before a half, crucial to the result of a game.
Yeah, very crucial. But you know what's funny too? Queensland always seem to score a try within 7 minutes before half-time or full-time. It's so uncanny how often it happens. But Queensland need Kalen Ponga to step up and get that jersey dirty. He did it once there. Wasn't the best pass, but comes up with the right play. He needs to continue to do it.
Here's the restart now coming from Nathan Cleary. Sails down beyond the Queensland 10, taken by Cherry Evans. Gives it left to Lindsay Collins, and he runs into the reception committee, headed up by Ryan Madison and Cameron Murray. 18 out from the Maroons line. Now on the charge for Queensland, up over the 20-metre mark. Goes Carrigan, plays the ball to Grant, sends it right to Cotter. Good strong run by Reuben Cotter. Taken 10 metres short of halfway as the Maroons get on a roll. 6 points to 4 it is. Oh, it's lost by Reuben Cotter. Gee, the mistakes from Queensland at inopportune times. And what about that for an inopportune time? For a mistake by Cotter, it's going to be a blue scrum feed, 10 metres in Queensland territory. Reuben Cotter with a look of anguish, but there can be no more challenge. They've already burnt through theirs, Queensland. So huge play here, Matthew, with a blue scrum feed, 40 out from the Maroons line, 2.5 to go in the half.
Yeah, massive set defensively. There's one set probably for Queensland that they need to pull off here. But what we do know with this Blues team and the composure through the halves, they're going to come up and test this defensive line seriously.
Blues win the scrum, and it goes right to Cleary. Takes from the line the offload. It ends up in the hands of the right winger Tupou off Tedesco, and he's tackled 22 out. Huge set of the game right here, and it's a set restart to the Blues as well. Their second of the night. As it comes away to Madison. He scored 20 out from the Queensland line. 2 minutes left first half. Queensland 6, New South Wales 4. Damien Cook goes left to Murray. Then an out the back play. They work it through hands to Tarek Sims. Steps straight past Cotter. Now taken past Grant rather. Taken 3 metres out from the line. Here's another set restart. You think the Blues are nearly morals. And Barlow goes past them. Easy defence to score. Although Lindsay Collins is claiming there was an obstruction. Referee Ashley Klein disagree and points to the spot. Junior Barlaw gets the try. 8-6. The Blues back in front. New South Wales leads, and Barlaw, who's had a mixed start to his campaign, just burst right through, but instantly Lindsay Collins claimed there's an obstruction.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll probably check it absolutely as well. But what about that? One little error out of the ruck, and it was Reuben Cotter comes up with it, and then he just doesn't know what's happened. He wanted to challenge. He didn't realise they already lost their challenge. And then straight from the scrum plate, yep, here we go. Straight up to the bunker. I'll just watch it.
Let's have a listen.
Review for a possible obstruction, Cameron Murray.
All right, so it's up to Grant Atkins in the bunker. Louis, you were saying?
Yeah, no, I was actually watching and saying at the same time, but this is a perfect opportunity. There's Cam Murray there.
He then stops in the Queensland defensive line, which impacts Patrick Carrigan's ability to defend.
No try.
I didn't write this one down because I thought as much. Matt Elliott, how did you see it?
I did.
Yeah, they got it right, Andrew. But what about the impact of Cam Murray as soon as he's come on the field? He's sliced through, put Tarek Sims into a lovely bit of space, and then, again, very unlucky not to fix that, finalise that try. But I'm going to put us down as officially dodging a bullet, or just the sweat's off the brow.
Well, the scoreboard's actually gone from 8-6 to 10-6, despite the fact that said no try. The scoreline is actually 6-4 in favour of Queensland. Now they've brought it back to 6-all. Queensland finds touch on their own 30. John Gibbs downstairs.
Now they've got it right as 6-4 Queensland over New South Wales, and there's 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. The player that's waving the sweat from his brow or brushing it away is Reuben Cotter, because that would have been a disaster.
Now it's Carrigan on the charge on play 2 for the Maroons, taken 2 short of halfway. 1 minute 5 left first half. Maroons 6, Blues 4. Now it's Collins, another solid run. Put down 9 metres in Blues territory. G's been good off the bench. Now to dummy half goes Harry Grant. Short ball away to Munster. Munster was about to run around his own dude, so he just succumbs as he's allowed to do. 32 metres out in the tackle of Madison and Cleary. 2 tackles left for Queensland. 43 seconds left in the half. Centre field right, Cherry Evans. Back on the inside to Cotter. Got away from the first one, Murray. Now tackled 26 out. Last tackle. Queensland with it. 33 seconds to go. Grant goes left. Munster tries a field goal off the left boot. And it's away. No goal. So that means a 20-metre tap for the Blues. There is only 23 seconds to go. But Munster tried to give Queensland a 7-4 lead. It remains 6-4. Tedesco takes the tap. No mistakes, you'd think, here from the Blues with 13 seconds to go in the half. And Tedesco's put down 31 out from his own line. He'll play the ball to Damien Cook. Flat pass left to Ryan Madison. He's wrapped up 13 short of halfway. There'll be one more play in the half. Cook goes to his right to Cam Murray. Plays out the back to Cleary. Here they come. Links up with Tedesco over the 40. Short ball to Tony Staggs. Puts in a kick. Ball heading towards the northern goal line, and it's tapped over the dead ball line by Valentine Holmes. The Blues that lulled Queensland into sleep to a false sense of security. They run it on the last, and it needed some big-time speed from Val Holmes to get there first and didn't get over the dead ball line. Half-time, 6-4. Queensland leads New South Wales in Origin 1. Why are you looking at me like that, Matthew Elliott?
There's no sleeping going on there, Ed. Zero. And tell you what I just noticed then.
He caught them napping on that last play. You know what napping means?
You're wrong.
Not for the first one or the last.
What about the speed Val Holmes is
I was just about to show that.
He just shot out of a cannon. All of a sudden, they're all sort of sitting there pretty even. Then he just went boom, boom, at 2-3 metres in front and knocked it dead. But what a game of football. I want to give Ash Klein a massive rap. I thought he's been amazing. He's kept the whistle in his pocket. Everyone's asked for it. Has put a whole lot of fatigue into this game. The game's been played right up the middle. The only difference between New South Wales and Queensland at the moment is that New South Wales have got a shift shape coming out of their own end, which is asking questions. Queensland don't. They're running a lot of one out, and they're hoping for a little bit of individual brilliance. I reckon Billy Slater and the boys will try and fix that up this halftime speech.
I do want to reiterate that about Ash Klein too. This game has been played at a cracking pace, and the only team we're remotely debating is whether a couple of very close passes were forward or not. For Queensland, the try to Dane Gagai in the 36th minute. Valentine Holmes 1 from 1. 2 restarts for Queensland, and they've already burnt their challenge. For New South Wales, they scored first with a Jack Whiten try in the 15th minute. Nathan Cleary, none from 1. His conversion attempt bounced off the upright back into the field of play. There have been 3 penalties in the first half, and all of them have gone to Queensland. Half-time, Queensland 6, New South Wales 4. Matthew Elliott, your take?
Yeah, Andrew, one extraordinary stat. Stats can sometimes be a little bit, send you off in different directions, but both teams have made over 200 tackles, that's very, very rare. So that tells you how much ball and play we've had. But to me, both of them, New South Wales 16 missed tackles and Queensland 14 missed tackles. That's mind-blowing. You shouldn't be doing that when you're making that many tackles with that much live ball. This tells us about the quality of play that we've got out there.
Well, John Gibbs has witnessed it closer than us, Gibbsy.
Well, it was brutal, absolutely brutal. And I was just checking on the injury to Xavier Coates, lower leg injury. It looks like a syndesmosis or something like that, but he is obviously definitely out of the game. But that is a big loss. That was an amazing 40 minutes, 6-4. Wow, it was fantastic. I think Queensland, to be in front, will go into half-time really buoyed because they made a lot of errors. New South Wales, they had more composure, but in the end, it was some desperate stuff, and, a few things went their way. Daniel Tupou, I'll go back to that because everything happened so frenetically. Tupou took the bomb, He was caught in a tackle out there by Valentine Holmes. He was sort of going backwards. For mine, the pass went out his hands backwards, and it's sort of exaggerated because he's being pushed backwards. They called it forward, and then Tedesco would have scored. And Tedesco down the other end, when the try was scored by Dane Gagai, he was vigorously arguing the toss about that decision with Ashley Klein. But I'm with Louis. Ashley Klein has had a superb game. When you consider how fast this game is, and he's one out, he's done a great job.
On the SMS, just before we head to the news, Christopher will love this. Keep the great call, says Big Tony. Maura, did you get my earlier text about Cobbo's Heritage Cricket? I didn't see it. I'm sorry. Feel free to resend it, but you should imagine these pages are disappearing very quickly with text coming from everywhere. Calling's fantastic, Andrew, plus the expert comments from the guys. Frantic pace this game from Julianne in Melbourne. Thank you, Julianne. Great call, fellas. Enjoying the close game. Listening from work at the Christchurch Engine Centre in New Zealand. Go the Blues. Well, we appreciate you tuning in as well. And Big Wes says, evening grandstand, go Queensland. I was wondering if the NRL would ever consider placing the players' NRL club emblem in their state jerseys like the NRL did to the All-Stars jersey from Big Wes at Gladstone. I doubt it, Wes. This is all about, it's not about clubs. This is about state against state. So I can't imagine going down that path, although it does look great on those All-Stars jerseys for sure. You're with Luke Lewis, Matt Elliott, John Gibbs. I'm Andrew Moore on Grandstand Rugby League through ABC Sport, broadcasting all around the world. Thanks for joining us. It is half-time. Queensland 6, leading New South Wales 4. Can't wait for the second 40, but right now we head to the ABC newsroom.
ABC News, I'm Clive Hunton. Australia's energy ministers have agreed to beef up the powers of regulators and to pay energy providers to help fill shortfalls in energy supply. They've been trying to find ways of keeping gas prices, energy prices generally, from stoking inflation, especially since the invasion of Ukraine. While details of the 11-point plan are scant at this stage, Federal Energy Minister Chris Bowen says one idea promoted by New South Wales to get idle coal-fired power stations going again had some merit as part of the mix.
This is being seen in some instances and reported as a gas crisis, and I don't think that's quite right, because much of it has been led by coal shortages and coal-fired power station outages for a range of reasons: flooding in coal mines, outages, some planned, some unplanned. We did agree to continue to work together. Often these are matters where state ministers will be focused on things like rail access to coal mines, etc., and we agreed that that work would continue and is very important.
The Disability Royal Commission has heard from a mother who was told that a mainstream school was not a babysitter for her son. More from National Disability Affairs reporter Elizabeth Wright.
The woman, known to the inquiry as Isabella, is from South Australia. She gave evidence about her son, who is now 16 and lives with intellectual disability and autism. Isabella tried 4 mainstream schools for her son, but his behaviours escalated. Isabella told the Royal Commission when she eventually sent him to a special school, he was better understood. Isabella said there were incredible inconsistencies in the way schools dealt with students with disabilities. The hearing in Canberra continues.
Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says his government will conduct a review into the Port of Darwin. The port was leased to Chinese company Landbridge for 99 years. Last year, the Australian newspaper reported a review under the previous federal government found no national security grounds to overturn that lease. Mr Albanese says he's flagged the review with the Northern Territory government, which he says will be undertaken in a timely manner.
We'll have a review of the circumstances of the port. The Chief Minister is conscious of the fact that we will do that, and we'll do that in an orderly way.
The Victorian Minister for Police has acknowledged improvements are needed in the police force's use of body-worn cameras. A report by the Victorian Auditor General has revealed up to 16% of police interactions went unrecorded. Lisa Neville says a review is underway to ensure the technology is used more effectively.
Overwhelmingly, the report says to us it was the right decision to introduce the body-worn cameras, that there is some operational improvements that can be made, and VicPol have started that and will continue to do that. And we've got an opportunity to even get more benefit out of the body-worn cameras.
Australia's competition watchdog is taking Airbnb to the federal court, alleging it misled consumers into believing accommodation prices were in Australian dollars when in fact they were in US dollars. The ACCC says thousands of consumers were affected when the accommodation booking company displayed only a dollar sign without a nearby reference to it being in US currency. The watchdog's chair is Gina Cass-Gottlieb.
The Australian US dollar exchange rate was $1 Australian dollar to approximately 72 US cents. This means that a consumer making a payment of $500 for accommodation was paying close to $700.
Airbnb says it will compensate affected users and is conducting a review into how the issue occurred. A failed South Australian Senate candidate has pleaded not guilty to assaulting a police officer outside an Adelaide pub. 38-year-old Raina Jane Cruz appeared in the Adelaide Magistrates Court charged with assault before her lawyer entered not guilty pleas on her behalf. She's been committed to stand trial in the District Court. Ms. Cruz ran in the federal election for the Informed Medical Options Party and campaigned for bodily autonomy and against mandatory COVID-19 vaccination policies. And Commonwealth Bank has become the latest of the Big Four to hike up its home loan rates after the Reserve Bank's bigger than expected increase in the cash rate. CBA joins Westpac in passing on the full half percentage point increase, taking its standard variable interest rate for owner-occupiers to 5.3%. The rate hike will come into effect from June the 17th and for Westpac from the 21st of June. And that's the latest from ABC News.
Did you know that ABC Listen has a little sibling?
Hi.
The ABC Kids Listen app with music to move and podcasts to play. ABC Kids Listen stimulates curiosity, fires imaginations, and fosters good listening skills.
Wow! That was funny noise.
Discover a world of entertainment that will spark creativity in the minds of your little ones and get them up and moving. Download ABC Kids Listen today, free from your app store.
If you love sport, we've got the podcast for you. ABC Sport Daily, your daily sports conversation.
I don't know if you heard him say that they weren't here to put socks on centipedes.
Well, you wouldn't want to ask them that.
Essentially, his dad thought as a kid that he was a little bit overweight, and so we gave him two options as a sporting journey, either into rugby league or into the fight game, and he decided to get into the boxing gym.
Find it wherever you get your podcasts.
ABC Sports coverage of the 2022 State of Origin Series.
Game 1.
The lights are flashing off and on. The time of 5 seconds to go before kickoff. State of Origin 2022. Nathan Cleary to get us underway. Let's do it. 3 out from the line. Cook spins at centre field, left to Cleary, away to Luai. Out the back it goes. Whiten takes them on easily, beats Gagai. Takes Cobbo with him to score the opening try of Origin 1. Jack Whiten, the mystery selection. He scores the try. New South Wales 4. Queensland 0 after Queensland paying the price for 2 drop balls from their last 2 sets.
The patience there from New South Wales. Well done to the Blues, and this has been a cracking start to the game.
Comes right, Jerry Evans, double pumps it away to Gagai. He loses it, get another mistake from the Maroons. Matthew, it's killing them. That's their 3rd error in the opening 19 minutes.
The key difference between the two teams is composure.
9 metres in New South Wales territory. Grant, short side right to Ponga, cut out pass. Is a shot that's picked up beautifully off the bounce by Cobbo. Puts it a step kick. Gagai picks it up. Wow, what a try! Gagai breaks an 8 Origin game try scoring drought. What about the kick from Selwyn Cobbo? He can't have just turned 20. It can't be his debut. The pick up and the kick was something else. 4 minutes 40 to go. Queensland hit back.
The 2022 State of Origin Series. Game 1. On your radio, ABC Sport Digital Radio.
And on the ABC Listen app.
Just 2 tries in that first 40 minutes, but boy, there was plenty of exciting end-to-end rugby league here at Stadium Australia. You're with Luke Lewis, Matthew Elliott, John Gibbs. I'm Andrew Moore on Grandstand Rugby League. 6-4. Queensland leads New South Wales. I should have mentioned earlier there was a police force game earlier, and New South Wales defeated Queensland in that by 28 points to 12. On the SMS 0467 920 222. A reminder, if you're listening in the UK and you want to send a text, they are more expensive than your standard text over there, so just check with your provider if you're concerned. Missy says, congrats for the players' jerseys having their names on them. Yes, that's good to see. G'day team, the boys from Jerrawongala. Mick, Brendo and Crystal. Mark's already asleep, listening in. Up the Blues. What's Mark's story? Goodness. Thanks for another great call, gentlemen. Kerry Bowstead was 18 when he marked Terry Fay in his first game for Queensland in 1978. Larry Corra was on the other wing for New South Wales from Richie Calandra. Love your show. Capewell will struggle defensively if they leave him out in the centres too slow, says Chris from Sandgate. Gee, I wouldn't go along with that necessarily. Kurt Capewell has got plenty of experience out there.
He's going all right. We're just saying then that New South Wales are sort of setting the field on the left side and shifting to Katoni Staggs, give him a bit of room. But they're doing not too bad a job at the moment. But if they ask enough questions, they might get him eventually because he's super strong, got great footwork and a very, very smart player. But Capewell, he's been there, done it before, and you can't coach experience. So, yeah, I think it's pretty evenly matched.
Our friend Macca from Forbes. No napping here. Matt Elliott has the heifers jumping.
I can imagine.
A jumping heifer.
I don't reckon Mark's asleep either.
What do you reckon he's doing?
He's the same as Valentine Holmes. He's about to leap up.
No napping.
And show some...
He's resting his eyes.
What's he showing? Addo Carr wins the race for the ball and scores 40th minute try. Carrigan Collins have been great, says Adrian. After the first 12 over shopping list of players for my Bulldogs, although negotiations could prove to be a tad difficult, says Andrew. Andrew, it sounds strange calling him Barlaw, even though that's the way he says it's correct pronunciation, always been Paulo. That's right, Gary. We've got to adjust, though, to whatever the players do want to be called, and it's the least we can do. 0467 920 222. John Gibbs, it's half-time. You're down there on the touchline. The lights are out. The lights are on. The atmosphere's awesome.
Yeah, it's flashing, and the young kids have had an opportunity here, and they're a guard of honour in the blues and the maroon colours here. I'm right at the tunnel awaiting these players to come out. So they had a well-deserved rest. They needed it because that game was difficult in terms of its brutality, and it is very cold here. It's now about 7 degrees, and they were sucking him in, and it was very difficult. Too many mistakes from Queensland. They'll have to adjust that. And just talking about Kurt Capewell, he played there. He played in the centres. Remember game 1 up in Townsville last year. He got a bath, and then they moved into the forwards, and that's where he's much better suited. He does an okay job, but Katoni Staggs, I'm sure Brad Fittler will be working on a way for Katoni Staggs to expose his Brisbane teammate.
Now, a text here. G'day, boys. If the scores are level at full time, do we play 10 minutes extra time before going into Golden Point if the scores are still level? From old Uncle Pete, nephew Eden on the Redlands coast. I didn't triple check, Gibbsy. I'm sure that's right, though. It's the same as finals, is it not, for Origin? 10 minutes, 5 minutes each way, and then Golden Point if required.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's right, because it's got to be the same for all the games. So I think that's the situation.
Yep.
Long way to go before that. Keeping in mind, in the State of Origin, we've only had 2 Golden Point games, and one was Louis' 9-8 game, Sean Timmins' field goal, and the other one was the Brett Kamali intercept when Matt Bowen scored. That's the only 2 draws or Golden Point games, should I say, that we've had in State of Origin history.
Andrew, great call. What a tight, tough game from Dan in Brisbane. So Gibbsy's spoken about Kurt Capewell and how Katoni Staggs goes about his business there. Matthew, anything else do you think we'll see different from either team in this second half?
No, I think Queensland will be discussing their composure and their decision-making in attack about their passing. So as Louis already pointed out, you know, New South Wales are playing the Stags on that side, so Capewell's going to be tested. But what we know about Kurt Capewell as he's matured as a player, he knows how to use his defenders around him. He's got Valentine Holmes on his outside, who he already knows got great speed and strength, so you know, he'll be using all those resources.
I'd like to see from Queensland a little bit more shape coming to their own end. At the moment, they're sort of running one out. They're not doing a whole lot. So if they can set up a part of the field where they can play some short side where Callum Ponga likes to play, or get it out wide and let their outside backs get a bit of early ball and get some easy meters, I reckon that would suit Queensland a little bit better than what they're doing at the moment.
Well, they showed that practice set, though, because their first couple of sets they showed that, Louis, but I think the speed of the game, they're just not getting enough players behind the ball quick enough to actually test New South Wales with a bit of shape.
Players coming back out. I'll just get to some texts because it's hard when the game starts. Listening from Perth while waiting in the car at the airport. New South Wales born and bred. Let's go Blues. Lee from the Gong. Thank you, Lee. So happy to hear the footy at work live on Grandstand in Norway. says Luke, and that's go Queensland. Leanne and Ian are in Cairns. The question, why is Game 2 being played in Perth? Congrats to the team on a great call. Well, every year now they tender it off. Last year was supposed to be the MCG until it got COVIDed out. And this year is in Perth, as it was 3 years ago, where they had a then ground record crowd right on 60,000. Sean says, looking at stats, late starter seems like Carrigan brought a lot. He did off the bench, and Collins. Grandstand Irvin, born in Brisbane 1978, listening to your broadcast at a Pepsi chip factory in Thailand. Go Queensland from Aaron in Ormiston. Poised is the word, Matt. I could jump into action at any moment, says Ty. Colleen at Colby, Culburra. How good is this? The best callers in the game are back together. Call the game, and the Maroons are in front. 0-4. And a listener in Morocco, Paul, listening on the rooftop lounge of my hotel in Morocco. Thank you, Paul. Let's go. Second half. Queensland to kick off, defending the southern end of Stadium Australia. New South Wales to get first use of the footy. We've seen everybody off the bench, apart from Stephen Crichton.
Got to be, where do you use him? How do you use him? It's going to be interesting.
I'd take Jack Crichton off as a Queensland.
No, well, as a Queensland.
There you go.
And he's been the best player, one of the best players.
Valentine Holmes gets us underway, second half. It's taken by Tedesco, 6 out from his own goal line for the Blues. Gives it left to Junior Barlaw, and he's caught by Capewell, Kafusi, and also Carrigan, 19 out from his own line. Plays the ball to Damien Cook, sends it left to Tupou, runs into Cotter, Collins, and he's 3 or 4 of them in the end put him to the ground. Grant joined the party with Capewell, 21 out from the Blues line, played to Cook. He sends it open side left to Madison, and in centre field, good leg drive by Madison before he ends up on his back, about 29 out from his own line. Played down to Cook, short ball left to his Rabbitohs teammate Cam Murray. He's taken by Kafusi and Grant, 14 short of halfway. Queensland 6, New South Wales 4. Cook goes to the left this time, and on the charge is Tarek Sims. He's caught 3 short of halfway, 20 in from the eastern touchline. Plays it on the last to Cook. Pass comes back to Cleary from just outside his 40. High but shallow kick. Running onto it is Valentine Holmes. He did well to get there on the full before Katoni Staggs met him and drives him back in concert with Liam Martin back inside his 30. 28 out from his own line. Played to Munster. Short ball right to Capewell. Got past Barlaw. Now wrapped up 32 out from his own line. 6-4 to the Maroons. Now it's the centre with the footy. In fact, he's playing on the wing. Holmes, centre field, tackled 9 short of halfway by Madison. Played to Grant, short ball right to Carrigan. Charges into Barlaw. Wrapped up right on halfway. This is Queensland's first set of the second half. Dummy half is Harry Grant. Options both ways. Comes to the left to a charging Collins, but he's taken well over the top by Murray. 9 metres into Blues territory. Last tackle Queensland. Grant goes right. Cherry Evans from 42 out. High kick down to Tedesco. The chase is on. Tedesco has it. 5 out from his own line. Can he get away from Munster? No. Down he goes. 12 out from his own line. Nearly 2 gone second half. 6-4 Maroons as now the Blues hit it up through Tupou. He's caught 19 out from his own line.
Yeah, well, both sides have just picked up where they left off in the first half, going through their sets, making it end-to-end stuff, getting to their kicks, just waiting for someone to make a mistake. So really good start to the second half.
So now it's the Blues, 4 metres short of halfway. 20 in from the western touchline. It's played by Damien Cook. Tedesco goes to the right. Cleary away to Staggs. Takes on Capewell. Capewell gets down low and makes the tackle with Carrigan over the top. 15 into Maroons territory. 4 in from the western touchline. Last tackle. Tupou left to Cleary. Gets the knock from Carrigan as he kicks it downfield. Taken by Selwyn Cobbo. Gets away from one. Bumped away from Luai. Now he's taken by Murray. And also in there was Sims. 20 out from the Queensland line. It comes left to Gagai in centre field. He's scored 29 out from his own line. 2 minutes 40 gone second half. Queensland 6, New South Wales 4 is now the Maroons. Take it up over their 30 through Ruben Cotter. Stands in the tackle there of Liam Martin and Damien Cook. Plays it to Munster. Sends it to the right to Carrigan. Carrigan's claimed here by Madison and Barlaw. 4 short of halfway, but it was a good strong run. Played to Grant centre field. Long cutout pass. Goes left to Munster. Short ball Kafusi. Kafusi's going to be caught here by the defensive Staggs and Cleary. 7 metres in Blues territory. 11 in from the western touchline. Last tackle, Munster sends it right to Cherry Evans from 46 out. High kick to the wing of Brian To'o. Fields it under little pressure. 10 out from his own line. The pressure comes from the chase. He got straight past Collins. Straight past another Brian To'o. And now claim they got up to go again, To'o, but he'll be asked to play it 25 out from his own line, and the Maroon is down in back play, immediately trying to tackle Brian To'o. So the injury's coming for Queensland.
It's Nanai, and he's holding his ankle.
Oh, Jeremiah Nanai is too. 6-4 Maroons. 3 minutes 30 gone in the second half.
Yeah, Andrew, just again, aside from that injury, if you ask me what the coaches... he gets it trapped under his own player's body as he swings around. If you ask me what the coaches will said at half-time, I think Louis was right from the Queensland side. I think play some more footy coming out of your own territory. Brad Fittler is really focused on the ruck. New South Wales getting really quick ruck speed at the start of this second half.
He's still down, Jeremiah Nanai, after being caught under the legs of Selwyn Cobbo. Touchline, John Gibbs.
Oh, this could be terrible here for poor Jeremiah Nanai. We've had Xavier Coates go off, and he's in all sorts of trouble. And you're right, Matt, he did get caught up with his own player, and he was underneath, and unfortunately it was Selwyn Cobbo who was underneath there, and he got tangled up trying to stop Brian Tottle. He's almost impossible. He is just such a difficult player to stop, and now he's in trouble. So this is going to throw their rotation to complete this rate. It was already inconvenienced with the injury to Coates in the first half.
Nanai will be gone for the game. He's still, Louis, looking in all sorts of pain over in that far side of the field with the trainer.
Yeah, he's in all sorts of pain. He's grabbing his head. He knows only he knows really what's happened, but it looked like a pretty bad roll, maybe a sprained ankle. Fingers crossed for the Cowboys as well, and the Queensland side, that he's it looks a lot worse than what it is. Hopefully they gets off the field, gets his scans, and we see him back for game 2. But yeah, that's unlucky for Queensland. But New South Wales, again, they're just playing up tempo. That was a big carry by Brian Tottle. He's been heavily involved. He's already ran for 112 metres. He's a handful, Brian Tottle, out on that left edge.
Do they put Tino on the edge, or do they put him in the middle and move Carrigan out? That's the decision-making process that Billy Slater's going through this very second.
And Jeremiah Nanai is being assisted from the field by 2 of the Maroons trainers and a couple of his teammates, including now Munster and Harry Grant, going to give him a consoling pat. So terrible for the Maroons. Xavier Coates gone with a leg injury, lower leg in the first half, and now Jeremiah Nanai off in the 44th minute. So they're down to 15. It's been done before, boys, but gee, it's a hard task in Origin, isn't it, to go down too short?
Oh, when you're playing at this tempo as well, Andrew, so it's going to be a massive achievement if Queensland can hang on to this game.
So Tino Fa'asuamaleaui does come onto the field. 36.5 minutes still to play. 6-4 to the Maroons. Ray says, great to have Matt back. Great game, real hard. Go you Queensland lads, doing great. Thank you, Ray, as play back on. And the Blues have it. 29 metres out from their own line as it's played to Cook. Short ball right, Tupou. Collins down low and Fa'asuamaleaui over the top. 13 short of halfway northern end. Cook comes to the right now. It's Cam Murray with room to move. Into Kafusi and Munster. He's caught right on halfway. 20 in from the western touchline. Gee, they nearly give away 6 again here, the Maroons. Not so, says the referee. Cook goes short side right, Tedesco. Cut out past the Stags. Got straight past Capewell. Hitting a jolting tackle by Holmes. 34 out from the Maroons line. 3 in from touch western side. Plays the ball to Martin. Comes left. Cleary to Luai. Centre field 38 out. High kick down to Selwyn Cobbo. Up he goes. Oh, he juggled it, but he takes it into his chest. 14 metres out from his own line. And the score remains Queensland 6, New South Wales 4. 4 minutes 30 gone second half. Now the Maroons try scorer Gagai centre field. He's taken 18 out from his own line. Plays the ball to Harry Grant. Comes left this time to a charging Cotter. He's caught 29 out from his own line. Centre of the park by Murray. Played to Grant to the left. Collins charged there at Cleary. And Barlaw 12 out from halfway. Plays the ball, one-handed pick up by Harry Grant. Runs straight through the mark at Cleary. Then got a pass. Beautiful work to Cherry Evans. He sends a double cut-out pass away to Gagai. He gets to halfway. White in a grass-cutting tackle. 1 metre in Blues territory on the last. Played to Cobbo. Comes left. Cherry Evans under pressure. Kick straight down the throat of Tedesco. 11 out from the Blues goal line. He'll easily get past the 20. Tedesco takes on Cotter. Great tackle by Cotter. Lets him go, though. And Tedesco, bing, bing, he goes again. Cotter just kept letting him go. And Tedesco gets to within 8 of halfway. 5 gone second half, around 6, Blues 4.
Yeah, well, Tedesco, he's been great at fullback again, just breaking all sorts of tackles, but New South Wales are slowly starting to get back on the front foot, making all the really good metres up the middle, and they're playing smart football. They're just getting through their sets and getting to their kick, and they're tiring out this Queensland side.
Strong run now by Tupou, taking 7 metres in Queensland territory, centre field. Play to Cook, sends the ball to the right edge to Madison. He's caught by Collins. 30 out from the the Maroons line. Queensland 6, New South Wales 4 with the Blues on the attack. Murray goes left to Cleary, got a pass that was touched in flight by Tedesco, recovered by Luai. He beats Gagai, sends it centre field right to Cleary, then away to Martin, charging at him is Holmes, but he got a pass away to Cook, 32 out. Razzle-dazzle from the Blues. Cook takes on Cherry Evans, scored 27 out from the goal line. Last tackle now for New South Wales, down 6-4. Played by Cook to Luai, comes right. Nathan Cleary, the kick from 30 metres out, pressure on Cobbo. The ball ricochets back into the Queensland in goal area and over the dead ball line. Now, referee Ashley Klein is saying goal line dropout Queensland. Repeat set Blues, 6 minutes 30 gone second half. Queensland 6, New South Wales 4, Matthew Elliott.
Yeah,
I know they've just double checked and the bunker says no, it did come off the Blues. 20 metre tap, 7 tackles set Queensland. That's a huge turnaround.
Oh, absolutely huge, Andrew, because the Queensland team were looking very vulnerable there. New South Wales played some stunning football in their last attacking set.
So the Maroons take this tap via Selwyn Cobbo. And he runs into 3 defenders. Murray was in there with Martin and Barlaw. 27 out from the Queensland line. Nearly 7 gone in this second half as it's Farsur Malaawi at first receiver. Cops some heavy treatment from Martin and Cleary and Barlaw. 34 out from his own line. Grant, short side left to Ponga, trying to explode into action, but he's taken 5 short of halfway by Martin. Plays the ball now to Grant. Back open side right to Cherry Evans on halfway. Got the pass away to Munster. Didn't have much room to move, Munster, but he finds a way. Steps past a couple. 3. Then he's straight to Munster. What a play! He's got Ponga with him. Munster delays the pass. And he's cut to the ground. Tedesco 12 out. What a play, Munster. Played to Grant. Short side left. Oh, the ball's touched by Tupou. He saved the day for the Blues. Even though Kafusi dives on it, it's a knock on Tupou. If he didn't get there, Queensland had to score to the left. They don't, but the Maroons have a scrum feed. 10 out from the Blues line. 7 minutes 40 gone second half. Queensland 6, New South Wales 4. Matthew, then Louis.
Damien Cook, take a bow. He saves a try there because Munster's got Ponga on his inside there. Couldn't pass to him because Damien Cook, the beach sprinter, was right on him. So he had no choice but to dummy and try himself. That's a try-saving play.
What about that from Cam Munster as well? He was threatening when he was running, looking, comes up with a beautiful little bit of a hole, jammed straight into it and got into the backfield. Here Queensland over the scrum feed, middle of the field.
10 metres out, it's fed and won by the Maroons. Grant goes right to Cherry Evans. Big right foot step by Cherry Evans, and he's over to score the try next to the post. Brilliantly done by Cherry Evans. The Blues defence from the scrum disappeared. Queensland 10, New South Wales 4. 8 minutes 30 gone second half. A brilliant stepping run from the scrum for Daly, Cherry Evans, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, well, Daly Cherry Evans been really good for Queensland, and I's been setting up their kicks, but he just gets the ball real wide, bang, right off his right foot, gets Tariq Sims wrong-footed, and he goes through as easy as you like. That's probably one of the easiest Origin tries you'll see in any era, and that comes from Daly Cherry Evans. Like I said, he stepped up for Queensland tonight with his kick-going organisation.
Yeah, James Tedesco packed in at lock there and goes to cover across the backfield. It goes on the back of Tariq Sims and creates that space. Daly Cherry Evans, great awareness there. Goes off his right foot step, goes over untouched under the sticks. Very rare to see that. And massive play for Queensland.
Touchline, John Gibbs. The crowd, by the way, 80,512.
Well, this is incredible. What about the run by Cameron Munster? It was mesmerising. They got away with that, and as Matty said, it was Damien Cook who got in the way. Kalen Ponga couldn't get the ball, so Munster had to take the tackle. The ball got knocked down. They had then the scrum in the middle of the park. They knew exactly what they were doing. The big step from Daly Cherry Evans. He showed it a couple of times in the first half. He's come up with a couple of ill-directed passes, but when you need your big players to stand up, Munster and also Cherry Evans have done that. And I'd just like to give a rap also to Lindsay Collins. He's had a blinder off the bench, and you wouldn't believe it. They're trying to strap up Jeremiah Nanai. They're trying to strap his ankle as I speak.
Yeah, I can see that work going on the touchline, John. Here's Valentine Holmes right in front, 10 metres out to put the Maroons up by 8. Be the biggest lead of the night. 10-4 to the Maroons, 9 minutes 45 gone second half. Val Holmes kicking at 78% in Origin footy. That only goes up as he pilots this between the posts. He's 2 from 2. Queensland 12, New South Wales 4 with half an hour to go. On the SMS, Big Hit says, great call, fellas, for the injuries to the Queensland outside backs. Billy might ask Freddie if he can borrow Crichton if he's not going to use him. Great call, Andrew. Love listening to you. Come on, Queensland, says Helen. 0467 920 222. Great call, fellas. Loving it. Listening back up home on the rubber plantation. Calm the Blues from Thailand, Shano. Blues to restart. Centre of halfway. Half an hour to go. Queensland 12, New South Wales 4. Kick-off taken by Cherry Evans. Gives it away to Collins. As Gibbsy said, he's been enormous. And he backs his way all the way up to the 20-metre line. Another display of absolute strength. Plays the ball to Grant. Comes to the left of Fasul Malaawi. And Tino in centre field's caught 28 metres out from his own line. 12-4, Maroons lead, having trailed 4-0. Grant spins it left to Kafusi, who's been a little quiet tonight in attack. This time he's caught left edge, 15 short of halfway by Cleary. Plays at 20 in from the western touchline. Grant goes right away to Carrigan towards centre field. He runs into his Brisbane teammate Haas, also in there as Cook. 6 metres short of halfway as he stood in the tackle. Grant races out a dummy half. First time really tonight, and he gains 15 and threw a dipsy doodle out the back to Munster. Munster drifts to the left, then straightens again, does Cam. But he's held on to here, 32 metres out, then got the pass away to Cherry Evans, and he's going to be claimed by Luai. 31 out from the line. Last tackle, Queensland. They lead 12-4. Played to Grant. Comes right Munster from 30 metres out. A high kick near the eastern touchline. Up they go. Cobbo comes down with it for the Maroons. Spits it out the back to Harry Grant. Beats 1-2. Drake down 4 metres out. Changeover. The Blues survive, but just electrifying play by the Maroons. 29 minutes to go. Queensland 12, New South Wales 4.
That's not a bad set after points, is it?
I was getting scared right there at the end. I thought Queensland were going over on that last play, but you know who stepped up? Again, Harry Grant out of dummy half. Then Cam Munster offloads. Queensland are starting to build a whole lot of confidence.
Now the Blues 12 metres out from their own line.
I've got to be careful I don't get stung by a bee again, Andrew, and make that terrible noise.
Here's the Maroons defending Blues on their own 20-metre line. Tupou plays it to Damien Cook. Short ball comes right edge. Tedesco, the Blues captain, taken by Fasul Malaawi and Collins. 32 out from the New South Wales line. The Blues trailing 12-4 at home. Comes right to Payne Haas. Great run by Haas. As there's a replacement here for the Blues. Katoni Staggs comes off. Stephen Crichton comes on with 28 minutes to play. Kick downfield by Cleary. I'll get the reaction to that in a moment. Ponga takes the kick. 9 metres out from his own line. Heads up over the 20, and he's scored 24 out from his own line. Down to the touchline, John Gibbs.
Well, not quite sure why that is. He doesn't look like he's injured, although he's having a discussion there with the trainer as Queensland work it away again. But that's an unusual one if he's not injured. But Stephen Crichton will be doing his best to get around Capel, who's been defending like a terrier.
Now Valentine Holmes in off the wing. He's tackled 12 metres short of halfway. 20 metres in from the eastern touchline. Queensland 12, New South Wales 4. Grant goes left to Collins. He runs into Madison. And also in there, Murray. Collins stands like a colossus a metre short of halfway. Staggs has gone up the tunnel, I might say. Here's Carrigan, flick past to Munster. Munster then gets upended. Was that dangerous? It was. Stephen Crichton's first involvement in State of Origin is giving away a penalty for a dangerous lifting tackle. Now, by my tally, all 4 penalties in the game have gone to Queensland. That's the first in the second half. 9 metres in Blues territory. Queensland 12, New South Wales 4, 27 minutes left.
Yeah, he lands on his back a little bit in the dangerous position. He's on report. Probably not the best way you sort of want to come on and start it, but yeah, look, it is what it is. It's done now. He's just got to get over it. The biggest thing for Stephen Crichton now is to forget what just happened and get on with his job and try and get New South Wales back into this game.
Yeah, the initial contact there was perfect, really, by Crichton. He just didn't need to lift his leg, and that's where the difficulty came. And the Cam Munster had just gathered the ball, so he didn't have a lot of momentum either. So I don't think it's a serious tackle at all.
Penalty goes to Queensland. And Cherry Evans finds touch 30 metres out from the Blues line. How big is this set? Right here, right now. Still 27 left. Capewell the tap. Comes to the right, Grant away to Fasua Malaawi. He's taken by Madison and Haas and Murray. 27 out from the Blues goal line, northern end. Played to Grant. Comes to the right, Cherry Evans at the line, offloads to Munster. Big dummy by Munster. Steps back in field, but saw Madison was there, and he's tackled 21 out from the goal line. But Munster really starting to try and take this game by the scruff of the neck. Grant goes to the left centre field. Cherry Evans, Ponga, short ball, Kafusi, great tackle. Brings him down 15 metres out, 10 or 20 metres in from the western touchline. That time it was Crichton with Martin. Now Ponga, short side left to Valentine home. He got on the outside of Daniel Tupou, and he's over to score. 26 minutes to go. Queensland 16, New South Wales 4 at Stadium Australia. Valentine Holmes the try. What a lovely pass to him as he got on the outside of Tupou, Luke Lewis.
Well, loves to score a try, doesn't he, Valentine Holmes, especially when he's playing on the wing. But Callum Ponga looks down a short side, sees Payne Haas standing there, an A defender, 3 in. It was a 3-on-3. That means the outside men have to hesitate. They hold up just enough, and then Callum Ponga does a little bit of a goose step, waits for the right moment. Beautiful spiral pass, hits Val Holmes in the chest. Awesome try.
Yeah, very similar to the play in the first half where he hit Cobbo, except he didn't bounce past down a short side. What about the impact, Andrew, of the Queensland spine in the last 10 minutes? Daly Cherry Evans, scrum play try, get a little bit excited. Cameron Munster, what about his influence on this game in the last 10 minutes?
Extraordinary. Taking the line on, he's doing all sorts of things. That was a great ball from Ponga. Touchline, John Gibbs.
Well, that's 10 tries now in 11 games for Valentine Holmes. But Ponga, he threw the pass in the first half. It was a wobbly one. It wiggled along the ground, brilliantly picked up by Cobbo, and we saw the try to Dane Gagai on the other side of the field. This time, it was a bullet-like pass around the outside, and he loved it. And good news for Queensland, he's up and around Jeremiah Nanai, so yes, this could be a miracle comeback.
Gibbsy, I just saw him doing sprints up the touchline. He's only, 19, 20 years of age, Nanai. He was moving better with that injury than I've ever moved in my 53 years, cumulatively. So he is ready to come back on. Valentine Holmes, meanwhile, a very important kick, 26 metres out, 9 in from the western touchline to put them beyond 2 converted tries.
I've got a suggestion, maybe if I did tweak your ankle like he tweaked it.
Well, that'd be the secret.
Might get you moving.
You could put in a bionic one. You could borrow some of Steve Austin stuff and put it in me, and it wouldn't go that quick. Here's Holmes. Huge kick. In comes Val. Moves in. Strikes it not particularly well. In fact, it's a shocker. From the best striker of the footy in the game, that was woeful from Valentine Holmes. You're so used to seeing him nail it. No goal. He's 2 from 3, but it's Queensland 16, New South Wales 4, 24 and a half to play. Steve on the Gold Coast says, Diggsy on the sunny coast says, I'm with you, Matt. Lindsay Collins, best forward on the field. Horatio at Harvey Bay says, game said bingo, Andrew, question mark. No, not yet. Not yet, Horatio. We've seen so many unbelievable finishes in this form of the game. No way, Jose. Here's the kickoff from Cleary. But what is clear is the Blues need one of those tonight, as Queensland gaining the upper hand. Cherry Evans, the kickoff, goes left to Lindsay Collins, and he's scored 12 out from his own line. 15 minutes 30 gone second half. At the break it was 6-4, now it's 16-4 to Queensland as Fasua Malaawi bounced away from Martin into Haas and Madison, and he'll play it 19 out from his own line in front of the southern post to Grant. Sends it right now to Carrigan, and Pat Carrigan with the right foot step into Haas and Cook. And he's shoved back a little, actually. 23 out from his own goal line. Played to Grant. Comes left to Fasua Malaawi. This is after scoring points. They just want to hit it up in the middle and then get a kick away. 32 out from their own line. Tino plays it to Grant. Short ball right to Ruben Cotter. And he's caught 8 short of halfway. 20 in from the eastern touchline by Sims. Last tackle. Grant comes left. Cherry Evans couldn't get a good grip on it, so gives it to Munster. It's a rushed, very shallow kick. Are they going to let it bounce? No. Crichton takes it well. Facing his own goal line. 30 out from his own line and gets to within 15 of halfway. Matt, that's not how they were envisaging ending the set, but there was great pressure from the Blues defence.
Yeah, you got to give the Blues defence a lot of credit there, Andrew, and they know that they need to come up with something, and they need to come up with it soon. 4 points this far into the game, not enough.
Oh, here's a great run for New South Wales. 10 metres in Queensland territory. They have it in the centre of the park. 24 points. It's 16-4. That was Brian To'o with the run. Now it comes left to Madison. He's tackled 30 metres out from the line. 16-4 the Maroons lead. 17 gone second half. Damien Cook out of dummy half. Scoots comes back on the inside. Cleary takes them on, but he's cut down 15 out. Last tackle for the Blues. Their best kicker of the footy, though, is playing it to Cook. Short side left to Luai. Luai dummies the kick, spins around in circles. Basketball over the top back to Cleary. They keep it going to the right. Martin away to Crichton. Then to Tupou. Steps in field. Flawed. Got a pass to Martin. Dipsy Doodle pass back to his left to Cleary. Cleary puts in a stab kick. Cherry Evans dives, takes it 2 out from his own line. 22 and a half left. Maroons 16, Blues 4.
Yeah, they got a little bit lost there, the Blues, on the last play. They tried to throw the ball around and get a bit lucky, but great scramble defence from Queensland. New South Wales had them shot on the right edge, but they come from everywhere to shut it down. Good work by Queensland.
And here's a good run by Cobbo out of his own territory. Gets 18 out from his own line. Plays it to Ponga. Short ball left to Munster. Cleary's in over the top to make the tackle. 24 out from the Queensland line. 20 in from touch western side. Dummy half Grant. Time off, says the referee. Go back and play it. Munster does. And it comes to the right to Capewell. He's tackled 32 out from his own line. Good defensive set from the Blues. Last tackle Maroons. Cherry Evans needs a big kick. Drills this one low between Tupou and Tedesco. Tedesco takes it on the bounce. Crosses the 30. He'll get back to the 40. Runs into his Roosters teammate Collins and tackled just short of the 40. Great chase by Lindsay Collins. Luai comes left to Brian To'o. He runs into Gagai and tackle 5 short of halfway. 20 metres in from touch on the eastern side. Now it comes back to the right, Tedesco. Bing past Gagai. Now he's caught 2 metres in Queensland territory, the human pinball. Fasul Malaawi and Collins combined. Cook goes to the right. Yo back on the inside to Payne Haas. He runs into Kafusi. Still going, Payne Haas. Took 3 to bring him down. 13, 14 metres in Maroons territory. Now Cook, centre field left to Yo. Yo out the back to Cleary. Quick hands to Luai. Gagai comes in to make a superb tackle head on. 32 out from the goal line. Last tackle Blues. Cook attacks short side left. Who's he going to give it to? Comes back to the right. Luai to Cleary from 29 out. Crossfield kick. They're targeting Holmes. Through they come. Bell Holmes. Great catch. 10 out from his own line. 19 gone second half. Queensland 16. New South Wales 4. Luke Lewis.
Again, making it up a little bit there on the last play. The New South Wales side has twice have been down here on the last play where they really need to set up a kick, get a repeat set. They look to go to short side, then they had to rush the pass. They come up with a kick, and Val Holmes, beautiful defusal.
Here's a great ball off the ground by Cherry Evans to Ponga. He's caught 23 out from his own line. Played quickly to Grant. Harry takes off from dummy half into Payne Haas. Stands in the tackle 12 metres short of halfway. Maroon 16, Blues 4. As it comes to Cherry Evans from inside the 40. Looking for a 40-20. The radar's out by a fraction. He does find touch, but it's 21 out for the Blues line. Another metre and a bit, and it would have been a Queensland ball. Jeremiah Nanai, he's coming back on the field for Queensland despite a leg injury, and the Blues have the footy 21 out from their own line.
Yeah, well, Lindsay Collins comes off, Andrew. I just talked before about the impact of the Queensland spine. New South Wales spine needs to really step up here if they want to get in this game. They're not making the impact they're capable of.
To'o on his own 30 plays it to Cook, sends it left to Whiten. He's caught 10 short of halfway, and it was Jack who scored the first try of the series. 20 minutes gone, 20 minutes left, second half in Origin 1. Queensland in the box seat at the moment, 16-4, but there's quarter of the game to go. Madison on halfway, plays the ball to Cook, spins it right to Yo. Yo links up with Cleary, the back line deep set. Away to Tedesco, great tackle, Holmes and off the wing. He had to make it, and boy did he ever. 12 metres in Maroons territory. Tedesco plays it to Cook. Comes left to Cleary. Cleary beats Fasul Malaawi, and now he's captured 30 metres out by Nanai. Plays the ball to Cook. Short side left on the last. Luai the high kick. Coming through is Whiten. Up they go. Ponga can't get there. A little play out the back for the Blues. That's where Brian To'o, he burrows, but he's 2 out. Changeover. 19 to go. Queensland 16. New South Wales 4. Touchline, John Gibbs.
This has been great defence here by Queensland because New South Wales is throwing absolutely everything at them, and just confirmation, Katoni Staggs is out of the match, a shoulder injury, and that was sustained in the same tackle when Xavier Coates got hurt in the first half. He did his shoulder and the ankle for Xavier Coates, but he's out of the match. This is enthralling.
So now the Queenslanders, Gibbsy, 22 out from their own line. Grant at a dummy half. Goes himself. Oh, I was about to say can't beat the markers, but he can. He beats 4 tackles. Now taken by Haas over the top. 33 out from his own line. Played to Ponga. Comes right to Carrigan, away to Cherry Evans, short ball Nanai, then Gagai, got it away to Cobbo, down the eastern touchline, but what a tackle by Whiten to bring him down 42 metres out. Last tackle, Cherry Evans from 41 out. High kick down to Tedesco, he'll take it in the northeast corner, 12 out from his own line, burns Gagai easily, up over the 20, and Jeremiah Nanai with a tackle, 27 out from his own line, and they give away a penalty to Queensland. It was Cobbo. Hands on the footy. Penalty Blues, 27 out for their own line.
Well, they needed that, New South Wales, because Queensland were making all sorts of metres. Cobbo just gets pulled down by a great ankle tackle by Jack Whiten, and then Tedesco makes a half break, gets up quick, play the ball, and they finally get a penalty. This is going to be their best opportunity to get a full set up this end of the field.
They fine touch, 5 short of halfway. You'd oddly take it 10 short of halfway. And it comes right to Mattison. He runs into Cotter and Fasua Malaawi and Nanai. 1 metre in Queensland territory. Maroon 16, Blues 4. Yo goes right to Payne Haas. Up over the 40. Great leg drive by Haas. Jeez, he's a great athlete. He's taken 13 metres in Queensland territory by Munster and Kafusi, and they give away a set restart. The third for the Blues of the night. Now Cleary, a short ball left, and getting dumped to the ground is Mattison. What a tackle. Jeremiah Nanai. 33 out, played to Cook, Blues with it, to the right, Cleary to Haas. Haas lines up Kafusi and Munster. Stands in the tackle, Payne Haas. 23 out from the line, spins, plays the ball to Cook. Cook sends it centre field left to Yo. Yo got it away, Cleary, quick hands along the ground. The pick up though comes from Whiten. He got the ball away to support Tedesco, steps in field away from Gagai. Gagai misses him again, then finally at third attempt brings him down 9 out, south east corner. Damien Cook dummy half, short side left, then comes back to the right. Cleary intercept by Munster. Munster's over the 20, the 30 beat Haas, and Murray drags him down 9 short of halfway. How big's that play, Matthew? 16 left. Queensland 16, Blues 4. Oh no! A long ball goes left, a double cut out, and Kafusi slapped at it and dropped it. And the Blues get a reprieve with a scrum feed 9 metres in Queensland's half. 16 left, 16-4, Queensland lead.
Yeah, Cameron Munster expressing his disappointment with Harry Grant there about his pass selection. Pretty amazing play there. But what about Queensland's defence? Talk about Billy Slater and the work he's done in attack. He's got their team primed to play against these Penrith half combination with players blitzing out of the line.
Well, for me, for Queensland, their defence looks like they've got 15 or 16 players on the field because they are scrambling from everywhere. Every time New South Wales make a half break, there's 4 or 5 Queenslanders in the picture. But here's New South Wales only on the attack.
And it comes left to Jack White. White nearly beats him, but Cherry Evans makes the tackle. We haven't seen Josh Papali'i since about the 20 or 15th minute. So I can't even see him on the bench, so I assume he was injured. Now it's theft. Queensland's come away with a 20 out from their own line. And with the footy, Daly, Cherry Evans, short ball left, Jeremiah Nanai. And he's scored 25 out from his own line. Plays the ball now to Harry Grant. Short ball left, Fasua Malaawi. Yo charges at him with a ball and all tackle just outside his own 30. Quarter of an hour to go, folks. 16-4 to the Maroons. And they have it in their own territory. Grant short ball right to Carrigan. Like Collins, he's been terrific off the bench. And he's caught 10 metres short of halfway by Hassan Yo. Plays the ball to Grant. Comes to the right, Cherry Evans show and go. But he's wrapped up 3 or 4 short of halfway. Last tackle, Queensland. And Grant gives it left to Munster in centre field. Right on halfway. Midfield Roost coming through his homes. Up goes Tupou and he's got it for the Blues. 35 out from his own line. Tackled by Capewell and Kafusi, and he'll play it with 14 and a half to go.
What a beautiful take that was from Tupou. Valentine Holmes, he was looking at the ball. He was waiting for the right time to jump and get it. But again, New South Wales have got the field position, but they've got to be able to come up with some points or at least some repeat sets to get some fatigue into Queensland.
9 short of halfway. Crichton plays it. Comes centre field left Tedesco. Probing in centre field. Gains 10. He's 2 metres in Queensland's half. Ball's going to be played. And out of dummy half, Cook comes to the right to Yo. Yo's wrapped up, 35 out from the Maroons line, 14 minutes left. And the scoreline 16-4 to Queensland. Cleary sends it back right to Tedesco. Great tackle, Kafusi. 26 out from the goal line. Ball's going to be played down to Damien Cook. He comes to the right. Cleary from 25 out on the last. High kick, it'll come down for Ponga. 10 out, up they go. Great catch, Ponga! And he's got the ball for the Maroons. 12 out from his own line, 15 in from touch. Touchline we go, John Gibbs.
And Ben Hunt's about to come back into the fray now, as far as we know. That tackle there, brutal from Liam Martin. But as far as we know, just Papali'i has just been kept out of the game. He is definitely on the bench, walked over and had a look, and he's there.
Okay, we haven't seen him for a long time. Thank you, Gibbsy. Here's the Maroons, 20 out from their own line as it's played by Holmes. Comes right, Jeremiah Nanai watches Cobbo hit it up, and Selwyn's caught 32 out from his own line from Cherbourg. Here's a kick from Ben Hunt from inside the 40. He's looking for a 40-20, but the ball straightens. It will end up near the goal line where it's taken by Tedesco. Looks a great chase by the Maroons. Tedesco dragged down. 10 out from his own line with 13 minutes to go. Queensland 16, New South Wales 4. Luai sends the ball right to Whiten in centre field, lost it. Picked up by Munster for Queensland. Munster for the line, he's half a metre out. Taken by Cleary. A drop ball by Whiten. Played to Hunt. Short ball to Tino Fasua Malawi. But he's held up half a metre out there by Regan Campbell-Gillard. He might have ended up in goal, so he'll come back and play it 10 metres out.
He's lucky, I reckon, that Ken Munster quickly gets tackled there. If he scores, I reckon he gets called back for a rake.
Interesting, and now it's just play on. Fasua Malawi 10 out, plays it to Hunt, comes to the right, Cherry Evans away to Cotter. Ruben Cotter nearly burst through, taken by Luai, 5 out from the goal line. 12 and a half to go. Queensland 16, New South Wales 4. Dummy half is Ben Hunt. Sends it left away to Cherry Evans. Links up with Munster. Munster dummies, goes himself into the defence of Martin and Cook. 8 metres out from the New South Wales line. Ball's played to Hunt, comes to the right. Cherry Evans back on the inside, Carrigan. He's caught 8 metres out from the line. Stellar defence on the goal line here at the moment for the Blues. They need it to be. Cherry Evans drifts right, links up with Ponga. Ponga ran out of room because he's going to go behind his own play. Then he steps back and now he's caught 10 metres out. He'll play the ball on the last. Comes to the left, Cherry Evans. He switches the kick to the wing of Cobbo, but it's too shallow. Cobbo, though, taps it back in field to Gagai, and he's taken a metre out from the goal line by Campbell-Gillard. Changeover. Blues get the footy back. 1 out from their own line. Queensland 16, New South Wales 4. Play quickly to Luai. Comes right to Whiten, and he's tackled 8 out from his own line.
Well, they need to put in a big set here, the Blues. They've been caught right down their line. They're out on energy. And Queensland have got the whole momentum with them at the moment. But they've got to be squeaky clean here. They can't afford to give away a penalty to New South Wales.
So now it's To'o. Plays it. It comes centre field right to Tupou. He's caught 26 out from his own line. It was 6-4 at half-time. It's 16-4 now to Queensland. Isaiah Yeo up the middle of the ruck. He's contained by 3 defenders, including Fasua Malawi and Carrigan. 10 short of halfway. Cook from dummy half. Go with Tedesco. He's away. He's to the 30. Step kick. Being chased by Cleary and Valentine Holmes. What a pick-up on the run by Holmes. Where did he come from? How did he pick it up? Queensland have it 8 out from their own line. 16-4 Maroons, 10 minutes 40 to go. As now Selwyn Cobbo in the middle of the park is tackled 20 out from his own line.
Well, Holmes saves a try in the first half, which was pretty spectacular from waking up from a nap. But that, no, I've not seen that before. That was unbelievable.
So now the Maroons 26 out from their own line. Kafusi plays at the Hunt. Short ball left to Capewell. He's caught 34 out from his own line. 19 in from the western touchline. Played to Hunt. Goes right Munster. Back on the inside Carrigan. And Carrigan runs into Haas. He's going to be tackled 4 short of halfway. Also in there was Cameron Murray. Ball played to Hunt. Comes left. Cam Munster on the last. High kick. Down towards Tupou. He'll field it 22 out from his own line. Then goes on a stepping run away from Kafusi. Fasua Malawi, great tackle with Cherry Evans. 24 out from his own line, 10 left. 16-4 Maroons. Touchline, John Gibbs.
That was unbelievable, as Matt said. Valentine Holmes, he might have escaped the try, but how he came up with the ball cleanly. He didn't even drop it. It was as clean as a whistle. Unbelievable. Tedesco. This game has got everything, and now penalty goes. They're tied, Queensland, but they're doing everything right. And New South Wales a bit frantic, but they get the penalty, and they'll get good field position here inside the last 10. Queensland 16, New South Wales 4.
Cleary finds touch eastern side. Ruben Cotter, the player, penalised. Tupou getting treatment in back play. 4 metres in Maroons territory is where this set starts. Possession locked at 50% throughout the opening 71 minutes. There's 9 minutes 10 to go. From the tap, Blues 32 metres out. Whiten plays it to To'o. Comes to the right, Luai. Away to Campbell Gillard. He runs into Fasua Awi and Carrigan. Down he goes, 25 out. Tupou jogging back into position for New South Wales. 16 for the Maroons lead. Cook goes right, Yo. Sends it back on the inside to Cleary. What a tackle by Fasua Awi, 20 out. He pants Cleary. Ball played to Cook. Comes to the left. Luai! Short ball away and stepping through to score is Cameron Murray. Game back on with 8.5 to go. This is what State of Origin is. 16-8 to Queensland. 8 minutes 30 left. Cameron Murray a stepping run. He scores the try after the penalty. 16-8, and this kick will come from 20 metres in from touch, Luke Lewis.
Yeah, well, Matty Elliott said a little bit earlier, he needs New South Wales halves to step up and take a little bit more responsibility for this game, and Nathan Cleary gets the ball on a cross play, gets up, quick play the ball, Damien Cook on the front foot, then Jerome Luai, he gets the ball at speed, he commits Daly Cherry Evans, makes him turn in, which leaves a massive hole for Cam Murray, punches into a beautiful hole, uses his left foot to beat Caleb Ponga there and score a great try. Good work by the Blues.
Cleary, by the way, 17 out, 18 in from touch, eastern side.
Yeah, and a very important kick. This one for sure for New South Wales. But again, that was a... Let's also talk about Cam Murray, the great line that he ran there as well.
So here's Cleary now to get them to within 6. 7 minutes 30 left. Cleary moves in, strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal. He's 1 from 2. Queensland 16, New South Wales 10. Touchline, John Gibbs.
Oh, this is amazing. And Cameron Murray's been doing that. He was kept out of the starting lineup, of course, came off the bench. He's looking sharp in the first half, but that was a beautiful line. And Caleb Ponga had no chance of tackling him. He got a fingertip on him. He got a bit of his hand on him. But Cameron Murray was over for the try. Queensland walking back determinedly now. They're just slowing things down. A lot of talk still here. The feeling is good for 16-10, and we've got 7 minutes 26 seconds to go. What a start to State of Origin Series 2022.
On the SMS, Chris says aerial battle negated so far by great reception. Blues will be lucky to get close here, but they seem better in the last 5. Fabulous call, fabulous game. Thanks, Chris. Another says that's my man of the match right there, boys. Valentine Holmes. No, I love State of Origin overreaction. Fittler would get the sack. He was a regular NRL coach. He needs to go. He's only won 3 of his 4 series. Here's the Blues 20, and they haven't lost this yet. Comes to the left, away to Tupou. He's caught 30 out from his own line as a paper plane flies across us down from somewhere above. Here's Payne Haas. He's going to be claimed by Cotter, and Carrigan got away from Cotter. Now he's 10 short of halfway. 7 minutes left. 6-point game. 16-10 Queensland. Cleary goes left to a stepping Luai. Way to Whiten. Whiten beats Gagai. Gagai's defence is up for massive question again. He does come back at him with Ponga 15 out. What a chance, Blues. Luai sends it right to Cleary. Cut out ball, Tedesco. Tedesco jinks across field. Back on the inside to Stephen Crichton. Crichton steps into Munster. Loses the ball. Munster taps it back. Queensland come away with it through Cotter. Cameron Munster. He should get 48 years at Silverwater. He's the best thief in the game, and the Maroons have a 21 out from his own line. I reckon he's psyched right now to that, Louis.
Oh, absolutely. He's always thinking. Cameron Munster is always thinking, how do I stop the momentum? How do I get the ball back? Comes up with a huge play there on Stephen Crichton.
So now it's Valentine Holmes, who's been superb. Taken 10 short of halfway, 6 minutes to play. You with Luke Lewis, Matt Elliott, John Gibbs. I'm Andrew Moore on Grandstand Rugby League. Cotter's dumped! Great tackle coming from Murray. 4 short of halfway. Pasua Malaawi off. Papali'i on for the last 6 minutes. Crossfield King practice straight down the throat of Tedesco. 10 out from his own line. Heads over the 20. Takes on Capewell and Kafusi tackled. 27 out from his own line. I didn't see, but I fancy that might be the last interchange available for Queensland. Now it's Tupou in centre field. He runs into Papali'i, and Cotter stands in the tackle. Tupou 13 short of halfway. Cook, short ball left to Brian To'o. There is a blue down in back play. I think it's Whiten out there. To'o, meanwhile, quarter metre in Queensland's half. 5 minutes 15 to go. Maroons by 6. Cook spins it right to Yo. Yo, show and go. And he's caught by Cotter, 37 away from the Queensland line. Couple of tackles left for the Blues. The crowd roars. Cook goes right to Cleary. Back on the inside. Liam Martin got straight past Ben Hunt. then a pass on the ground. Haas bends down and picks it up, then tries to find a way through. Got a ball out the back to Luai. Luai gets away from Cherry Evans. Now Big Papa comes in over the top, 29 out. Last tackle, New South Wales, 4 minutes 48 to go. Comes left to Cleary. Crossfield kick from 30 out. Up she goes to the wing of Valentine, Holmes and Crichton. Crichton a tap back to Martin. Back it comes to Yo, 15 out. Back to the 20, Cook. Spins around in ever-decreasing circles. Accelerates past Cherry Evans. Gets past Cotter. Puts it on the toe. Picked up by the Maroons, Cherry Evans. Queensland have it 10 out for their own line. I'm going to get stomach cramps if I don't breathe. It's 16-10 to the Maroons, boys.
He's a freak, Damien Cook. I thought he should have just kept running. He had him threading there, but he tries to put a little kick in. Because he was running so fast, just slides on the side of his boot.
Now Ponga makes half a break. Tackled 29 out from his own line.
I'm just blown away by just the incredible skill of all these young men out in this field at the moment. As you said, Damien Cook there lit that last play up, but every play at the moment's just a treat.
15 short of halfway. Papali'i plays it to Hunt, sends it left Carrigan. Put on his back 2 short of halfway. Queensland 16, New South Wales 10. 4 minutes to play. Comes left to Munster on tackle 4. Kick to the northwest corner. It bounces near the touchline, but Tedesco's got it covered. Munster leads the chase with the tackle in Capewell. 22 out from the Blues line. From ground level, John Gibbs, is any travelling better?
No, this is just to and fro. They're out on their feet, both these teams. 16-10, 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. But Munster, the big plays, the steals, he has done some incredible things tonight.
There have been some mighty performances on both teams. Here's To'o. He's scored 30 out from his own line. 3 minutes 15 to go. Blues down by 6 as they work at left edge to Regan. Campbell-Gillard with a powerful run. Gets to within 5 metres of halfway. Put down by Cotter and Carrigan. Played to Cook. Comes to the right. Cleary centre field. Cut out ball to Haas. Munster down low. Flick pass to Liam Martin. Kafusi's there. Tackle made with Hunt. 9 metres in Maroons territory. 15 in from the western touchline. Played on the last. Crichton goes left. Cleary runs it. Links up to his left. Luai 35 out. Luai ball away to Murray. Then a one-hander Whiten. Pass to To'o. Stab kick over the head of Munster. Munster's got it. 5 out from his own goal line. Tackle by Luai.
He's there again.
8 metres out. Munster. He's here. He's there. And from the Blues perspective, he's every bloody where. Here's now Cobbo for the Maroons, and he's tackled 15 out from his own line.
You should write songs, Andrew. I love that song. That's just beautiful. What about the footy that we're getting to experience here? New South Wales came up with a really expansive set there. And as you said earlier, Louis, the scramble defence of Queensland is keeping them in the game.
Here's Capewell, 10 short of halfway. 2 minutes to go. 16-10 Maroons. 15 in from touch western side. Hunt out a dummy. Half dummies goes himself. Beats 1-2. He's got DCE with him. Hunt goes left though to a home. Steps in field and his ankle tapped. Gets up to go again, and it's a front rower who makes the tackle. Haas 9 metres out. Last tackle comes to the left. Ponga 14 out, considered field goal. Flick ball away Munster. Munster a big dummy. Cut out past Gagai. Then away to the right wing of Selwyn Cobbo. Cuts in field, caught by To'o and Tedesco. 4 out from his own line. 90 seconds left, and the Blues need to go 96 with a changeover.
Well, I can't believe he didn't go inside. Hunt, he must have thought someone was coming up behind Daly Cherry Evans. If he goes back inside, Daly Cherry Evans scoring under the post. He only had Payne Haas behind him, but he'd done enough to scare him from not passing to him. Big set Blues.
So now they have it 14 out from their own line. 16-10 to the Maroons. Played to Cook. Comes left to Luai. This is where they look dangerous, left edge. Murray loses the ball in the tackle of Gagai, and it's a penalty to the Blues. Player tackled off the ball. Penalty to New South Wales. 1 minute to go, and they're 15 short of halfway. I love Origin. I don't want it to stop as the Blues find touch 10 metres in Maroons territory.
And I'll get one full set, Andrew. One full set against Queensland to go to extra time. Massive.
Time off, 43 seconds to go. They'll take the tap, 10 metres in Maroons territory on the eastern side. Comes right to Luai, then away to Regan Campbell-Gillard. And he's caught over the top by Carrigan. Also in there was Cotter, 35 out from the line. Cook goes right. Loud chanting here now from the crowd of 80,000 plus to Haas. Haas a driving run to within 22 of the goal line. 26 seconds to go. 16-10 Queensland Blues have it. Played to Damien Cook. 20 seconds left. Centre field left to Cleary. Runs at the line. Takes them on in centre field. But he's met there by Cotter, by Carrigan, by Papali'i. Finally tackled 13 out. 10 seconds left. Origin 1 comes down to this. Goes left to Yo. Steps back towards centre field. Beats one, stretches. No, he's short. He's half a metre out. Klein says play it. Time's up. Siren whistle. It came to within a foot of the goal line. And Queensland has beaten New South Wales by 16 points to 10 in an Origin Classic. The Maroons win to warm the cockles of Queensland's hearts. That includes you, Matthew Elliott. What a game of rugby league. What a dramatic end. What a dramatic 80 minutes.
Oh, I'm absolutely elated for Queensland, but I'm even happier for myself at a selfish level, Andrew. What a great game of footy we got to witness there. That was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Louis, what a game.
Absolutely. Unbelievable. I concur with Matty. It was an absolute brutal game from start to finish. There was so much great. There wasn't a whole heap of tries, but I tell you what, there's an absolute brilliance out there tonight. But these guys must be absolutely out on their feet. That is the fastest game of rugby league I think I've seen. So well done to all the guys out there. Disappointed that New South Wales didn't get the win, but wow, what a game.
Well, whoever you support, the good news is they're going to play again in a couple of weeks in Perth. And for us, we'll be there. I can't wait. All right, now just waiting to catch up with the players. Gibbsy's out there in the middle of the field. 16-10, Queensland defeats New South Wales here at Stadium Australia. And a lot of emotion on the field, a lot of players hugging. And we'll go downstairs in a moment or two with Gibbsy and Ralph Tucker working hard to bring us some of the post-game reaction, including from Maroon's second rower dash centre, Kurt Capewell, John Gibbs.
Well, Kurt Capewell just having a word there with his former Penrith teammate, of course, they've won premierships, Liam Martin. Well, Kurt, this was a classic State of Origin match, and Brian Toto, also Nathan Cleary, great respect here from the players, Stephen Crichton, Regan Campbell-Gillard, Junior Bollo, they're all going to go, well, you're right, don't be sorry. Mate, what a game.
Yeah, that's Origin footy, eh? How good's that? Nice, Tino. Nice, buzz. Yeah.
Well, and you've got moved to the centres. I mean, you've thought, oh, game one last year, you've been... I mean, it was... That's what made this all the more meritorious. You lost Xavier Coates. Nano was out of the game for a while. He came back miraculously. It was just, as we say, it was just brutal footy, and things just kept changing.
That's Queensland spirit, mate. We had blokes playing out of position, blokes playing busted, and that's Origin footy. It was an awesome game to be a part of, and yeah, we trained hard for that. And it's good to get the win.
And it's even all. It's all the more sweet, I suppose, when you're playing against and with some of your former Penrith teammates. Amazing.
Yeah, definitely. It's always good to test yourself against the best, and at the moment, you know, they're on top of the table, so it's good to get in this arena.
Thanks for your time. Great game.
Thank you.
Kurt Capewell asked again to do it all down there for the Queensland State of Origin side, and he did it particularly well. All right, let's go into the Blues camp. Jerome Luai with Gibbsy.
Jerome, disappointing. You had your chance. I don't think you got far. You being behind at half-time was maybe the secret, because you controlled things well. They made a lot of mistakes, yet they led at half-time, and they just got away from you.
Yeah, it's what we sort of didn't want. We didn't want to let them get in front, and that sort of... that was the wake-up call for us. We wanted to start strong, which, you know, we scored the first try and all that, but I don't think, you know, intensity was there in defence. I thought their middles played really well, so hopefully we can back that up next game.
Well, 16-4 down, and things got a little bit frantic as well. You realised that it was going to be hard to run down.
Yeah, not really hard. Plenty of time on the clock. I think there was 25 minutes or something like that when we looked up, so we still had plenty of belief in there that we could get the job done. We fought to the death, and yeah, we didn't come away with the chocolates.
In your games of State of Origin, you've had 3 now. This is your third?
This is my third one.
Third. You missed that last one last year, injured.
Yeah.
How did you find this for intensity? Was this the most brutal?
Yeah, this was right up there. My first 2 games was a bit of a blowout, so yeah, this was a grind to the full 80, and I think that's what Origin's supposed to be like.
What was the message from Brad Fittler at half-time?
Just get her on the ball, support more. I thought we did that because we were in shape. You know, we made a few line breaks here down the left side. That was his message. I thought we'd done that. Yeah, we just didn't execute at the end of the day. They scrambled really well.
Commiseration, it was a great match.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, Jerome Luai, well spoken there with John Gibbs. Full-time Queensland 16, New South Wales 10. And for the Maroons, tries to Dane Gagai in the 36th minute. Daly Cherry Evans in the 49th minute. Val Holmes in the 51st, and Holmes 2 goals from 3 attempts. 2 restarts, 1 unsuccessful challenge for the Blues. 10 points tries to Jack White in the 15th minute. Cam Murray in the 72nd minute. Nathan Cleary 1 from 2. Steve Crichton on report in the 53rd minute for a dangerous throw on Cam Munster. It was actually his first involvement in the game coming off the bench. All right, let's go back down to Gibbsy. I think with one of the Maroon stars, Gibbsy, Val Holmes.
Yeah, Val Holmes and Ruben Cotter. They're just having a photo here, but I'll get Val. That was a great game, and well done. You came up with some big plays. It was a great match.
Yeah, it was just defensively, I thought we really dug deep. We had 4 guys on debut, and they really played awesome. Rubes played 80 minutes, so massive credit to them. And I thought just defensively we all stuck in. We competed for the whole 80 minutes, and that's what it's about.
I'll come back in a moment, Valentine. One of those players on debut, Ruben Cotter. Well, Ruben, how did you find that? I mean, 80,000, blue everywhere, and you've won.
Yeah, mate, it was all I imagined it and more. It was a lot faster than Clubland, and just happy to get the win.
Well, it was brutal too, wasn't it?
It was. They never stopped coming out and firing, so we know we had to hang in there for the whole 80 minutes, and that's what we did.
Well, congratulations. I'll go to Valentine here again. He's been congratulated by the North Queensland contingent. Valentine, what did you think when Jeremiah he got hurt? I mean, Xavier, that mean you had to go to the wing. Yep. Things had to change up, so you were really tested.
Well, as lucky as it was, we actually practiced at our training. We obviously had Hammer and Murray there, so I practiced, a bit on the wing there. Obviously, I've played there before in the past, but obviously we got a lot of guys that can move around in positions and really help there. We had also Maya go off for a little bit there with his ankle, but to show some effort and some courage to come back on in a game like this, and we needed him there. Yeah, really massive credit to him.
Well, they'll bounce back. How can you boys improve on what you did tonight?
Obviously the few errors that we had, we gave them...
Particularly in the first half.
Yeah, the first half, we gave them probably too much possession there, but obviously we backed our defence, we turned them away, and but obviously if we keep holding on to the ball there, it's going to be a fair game.
And one last one, what were you thinking? The game's on the line, we're looking like going to Golden Point. Nathan Cleary's flying for the ball. I don't think you've ever run faster.
Yeah, it's one thing we spoke about at training, just those little efforts, and that's what it's all about in Origin, those little moments in games. It's not always about scoring tries or kicking goals. It's the little things that that really saves tries and wins the game. So I did my part there for the team, but there was a lot of massive efforts from the boys.
You like this ground, don't you?
I do, yeah. Obviously won the grand final here. We've won some big games, so it's a good pitch.
Well done.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, Val Holmes winning that premiership in 2016 with a member of our team here, Luke Lewis, who also happened to win the Clive Churchill medal that night. 16-10, Queensland over New South Wales. We'll get more reaction down there from Gibbsy. He and Ralphie doing a great job. There's still a lot of handshaking going on. That was an incredible 80 minutes, wasn't it? Even though now we've had a few minutes to sort of calm down. That incredible footy.
It was incredible, Andrew. And I guess one person we've got to also acknowledge is Billy Slater. Welcome to Origin coaching. And that team, we just heard Valentine Holmes talking about their preparation. So well done.
Well, let's go back to the Blues camp, Matty, because Nathan Cleary, the New South Wales halfback, is there with you, Johnny.
Yeah, and Nathan's despondent as you would expect. Nathan, what do you think went wrong?
Yeah, it was probably just little moments there. I thought Queensland, they scrambled hard. They saved us a couple of times just short of the line, and we probably didn't scramble hard enough. Their tries just, we should have been able to stop them, and we probably just missed a few moments tonight, and something we've got to work on.
I mentioned to Jerome, in the first half they made mistakes. You just didn't capitalise, which has come back to hurt you, really.
Yeah, I know. First half killed us a bit. I felt we had a bit of dominance, but we just didn't capitalise, as you said, and then they score a try against the run of play, and all of a sudden we're down, and that's what Origin's about. You don't get many opportunities, you got to take them when they come.
Chasing's hard, isn't it? Because they were everywhere. They seemed like they were everywhere. And indeed, when you look like having a chance, when Tedesco's put the little kick through, Valentine Holmes, he's come out of nowhere and cleaned you up.
Yeah, again, that's what Origin's about. It's about scrambling hard, and they did that well tonight. So it's disappointing.
You're confident you can bounce back?
Yeah, for sure. 2 more to go. We had to win 2 games anyway, so we're going to have to.
Nathan, thanks for your time. It was a great spectacle, a great match.
Appreciate it, mate. Thanks.
Nathan Cleary there with John Gibbs. On the SMS, Munster, Holmes, DCE, Carrigan, Collins, OMG, magnificent. Tuolangi comes in for Coates. New South Wales missed out Okar big time, says Adrian. Greg Reese at Redcliffe, I've had enough of you. You're gone. Accusing us of unbiased call. You're right. Some horrible messages, Greg, and that will be the last one I have ever mercifully have to read from you. 0467 920 222 for the vast majority who write in on the SMS line. Now, I've lost our little mate, Jonty. Where's he? Oh, he's down there with Daly Cherry Evans, no less, Gibbsy.
I'm with the skipper. And Daly Cherry Evans, great win. You've been involved in plenty of great wins. This was as courageous and as good as they come.
Yeah, it was really gutsy, mate, really gutsy. We knew we were going to have to be like that, defend for each other, and didn't we, White? We had to defend for that one.
And Xavier Coates over here injured. That meant there was a reshuffle, and Jeremiah Nanai went off, so it wasn't easy, so you had to really work for it.
Yeah, mate, considering the changes that were made during the game from injuries, I think that makes it a little bit more special. People out of position, that's when you're just working hard. There's no structure to that. That's just working hard.
Jez, you were creating opportunities in the first half, but a few things went awry and they didn't capitalise. So you went to the half-time leading 6-4, but what was going wrong in the first half? A little bit of, you were creating opportunities. As I say, the ball was going to ground.
It's just the style of footy I reckon we're going to play this series is probably going to be high risk, high reward. We're going to chance our hand, we're going to back ourselves, but, mate, when we're defending like that, we can be really proud of something like that.
I know you got some terriers, but what about some of the big plays from Munster? He's a freak. You're 5'8". When you needed something big to happen, he did it.
Yeah, he's always there, mate. He's a special player, Money, and he's a big part of this group. We all love him.
Now, finally, yours was a big play. Take me through that try from the scrum. What was the talk there?
Mate, yeah, you never ever plan those things. They just... Yeah, the gate opened up and very lucky, mate. I'll take that. I haven't scored many Origin tries, so it's special.
Well done.
Thanks, Yvo.
Daly Cherry Evans with John Gibbs. Or I've got another 8 or 9 minutes left, so Gibbsy will just include you in the post-game chit-chat after Queensland's great 16-10 win over New South Wales before a sellout crowd of 80,512. I was looking, there were 3 Blues players that ran over 200 metres tonight, Tedesco, To'o and Tupou. And Matt, you came up with some interesting stats with the halves from both teams in terms of running.
Yeah, again, run meters are an interesting thing to look at, Andrew, because they don't always tell the truth. But I just thought the influence of the halves was the biggest impact. We talked about Munster. I thought Cherry Evans was great as well. So 72 metres from Jerome Luai, 100 from Nathan Cleary, but 178 from Cam Munster and over 100 from Daly Cherry Evans too.
Billy Slater, the Queensland coach, what a moment for him. He's with John Gibbs.
Well, he's proud, and why wouldn't he be? Billy, what are your thoughts right now after that? That was incredible.
I didn't know what to expect all week. I didn't know how I was going to feel, how I was going to react. I didn't know I was going to feel this close to the group so quick. I know how I feel about my family, my kids and that. It's I tell you what, it's right behind that. Like, I understand why people coach. I understand why people help people because it's so rewarding. And the effort that they put in out there, that was a real Queensland performance.
Because it was under adversity. You lost Xavier, Nanai came off, and there were other blokes hurt as well.
Ruben Cotter had to play 80 minutes in the middle of the field in his first ever Origin. He's one of the first guys that I wrote down on a piece of paper, and he's a heck of a player. He's a real Queenslander, and he's in my team. He's in our team. It's not my team. It's our team.
And we'll see you in Perth in a couple of weeks.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Great job, Billy Slater. Welcome to State of Origin coaching, and he goes 1-0 up in this series. And as I mentioned, Louis, winning game 1 is very, very important. I think 28 out of the 40 series, the team that has won the opening game has gone on to win the series. But since the turn of the century, only Queensland in 2017, when they won the opening game, has not gone on to win the series. And from a Queensland perspective, you come into enemy territory, win in Sydney. That is huge, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's massive. To come here to win tonight, especially the way they did win, with the injuries and everything else that sort of, played up tonight. It sort of, I don't know what to say. I'm sort of lost for words. I love being in New South Wales. I'm a passionate fan and love playing for New South Wales. But that performance from Queensland tonight was so good. And then we've got to go to Queensland. We've got to go to Perth also and beat these guys. It's going to be very hard to do.
Matty, the way Queensland recovered with those injuries, only down 4 points to 0, but they were making some mistakes that New South Wales weren't making. And the fact that they could recover from that, go into the break just holding on after that last ditch play by New South Wales down the right touchline. And then when they went bang, bang, it was 2 tries in 2 minutes. That ends up being decisive.
Yeah, you spoke about the coaching staff prior to the game, Andrew, about the experience they bring. And we just heard the class of Billy Slater there. The reason for me bringing that up is you don't do that, you don't scramble like that without belief. And when you bring a group together for the first time in such a short period, you've got to generate that belief quickly. That's what I saw out there. I saw it in lumps, saw it in big lumps.
All right, one more quick chat. Downstairs, the King, Wally Lewis with John Gibbs.
Yeah, just talking to Wally Lewis, the King. And Wally, you've been involved in some incredible moments for Queensland. This was up there with the bravest.
Oh, Gibbsy, it was extraordinary. I don't think there were too many people that thought that this Maroons team would stretch the defence of New South Wales too much at all, and I think the way that the boys sort of got involved into the game, they probably started to believe in themselves a little bit more as the game progressed. But the way that they were all prepared to just put in that little bit of extra effort when required, I think that was the difference between success and failure.
Yeah, and Cameron Munster, you as a 5'8", one of the best ever. He was pretty good.
Love watching him play, mate. Always have. He's one of those guys. I have a description of him. He dictates terms, and when he can do that to the opposition, you're virtually guaranteed Queensland will win.
Well, a series is live. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Wally Lewis downstairs with John Gibbs. Andrew, on what you saw, do you think the Blues can come back and win games 2 and 3? Steve? Absolutely. They finished a metre out from the line attacking in the last minute. So, yeah, Steve, of course they can, but it makes it tougher, though. There's no doubt about it, having to play Game 3 at Lang Park. Will the series be decided in Game 2 at Perth Stadium? It does make it very difficult, but there was not much between them at the end of it all. Excellent call, gents, as always. Thanks from Rooster Cam. Thanks, Rooster Cam. Mark from Central Coast, love the call. Thank you, Mark. Queensland just wanted it more tonight, says Tony from Parks. I can't cop those. Wanted it more. Yeah, what do you mean they wanted it more? They wanted it the same, and New South Wales was showing that, Louis, right at the end. Did that used to irk you as a player when it was always perceived that Queensland wanted it more than the Blues?
Oh, yeah, I suppose it would, but at the end of the day, it's just... I can understand where they're coming from as well, right?
I get it from a fan base.
Yeah, look, as a player, you get a little bit frustrated because we're out there, we want to give everything we got, but sometimes it just things don't go your way. Tonight, Queensland's scramble defence was the best I've seen for a long, long time. Every time New South Wales made a half break, it looked like scoring or something happening, there was 5 Queensland, 6 Queensland, sometimes 10 Queensland jerseys in the frame. We always talked about, even when Matty was coaching, that the more jerseys in the frame, whatever you're doing, will usually come out on the right side of the contest. So tonight, Queensland just did it a little bit more often than New South Wales.
Leah says from Mount Sheridan, well done Queensland, great game New South Wales. Thanks to you, Andrew, and the team. You bring joy to the call. P.S. We've missed you, Matthew Elliott. Fantastic to hear. Gibbsy, your summation of game 1 of this series that went right down to the wire, but Queensland winning 16-10.
It was a fantastic game. It was brutal. It was everything that State of Origin is, and I think your description was apt, Andrew. It was a classic State of Origin match. You knew it was going to be low scoring. They led 6-4 at half time. I think that was the key, because New South Wales really had the better of the first half. They made too many mistakes, Queensland, but New South Wales didn't capitalise, and in the end, when they fell 12 points behind, it was just a bridge too far. But I can't wait for Perth in a couple of weeks.
Catch you on the weekend, John T.
Bye-bye.
Good job, mate, as always. John Gibbs down there on the touchline. There's no Thursday night footy tomorrow night. Round, we're up to 14. 14, yes, of the NRL starts Friday night with a game in Townsville, North Queensland against St George Illawarra, and Luke Lewis and myself will be in the boardroom, Louis, for the first time in a while, and we'll be calling that game with Laurie Spina, the original Cowboys captain, on the touchline, and then footy right across the weekend, as there'll no doubt be a great post-mortem and debate and selection issues again cropping up after the first Origin game, as there is after every series, and that chat's always fun, passionate, sometimes way off the mark, sometimes very close to the mark, and that will no doubt be the case again, Matthew Elliott.
You got absolutely no doubt about that, Andrew. I'll bring my my best brain with me.
You're here next Monday with me, aren't you, on the public holiday for Canterbury and Parramatta. Look forward to that. Thank you, Padre. Nice to have you back as part of the Origin coverage, mate.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to be here. What a game.
Luke Lewis, commiserations to your Blues. Congratulations to Matthew's Maroons. I will see you in the boardroom on Friday night. We'll no doubt have 2 days' worth of Origin thoughts.
I can't wait. I'm exhausted. I'm going to bed. Good night, all.
Okay, well, luckily we've set up that little tent in the back of the box. Thank you to our producer, Ralph Tucker, to our man of sound, Dennis Carnahan, coming off a massive weekend, and to Andrea Williamson back in the studio. Thank you for all your text messages from far and wide tonight. It's always a feature for us on State of Origin night, and thank you just for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. 16-10, Queensland beat New South Wales. I'm Andrew Moore. This is how the Maroons won it. The lights are flashing off and on. The time of 5 seconds to go before kickoff. State of Origin 2022. Nathan Cleary to get us underway. Let's do it. 3 out from the line. Cook spins at centre field, left to Cleary, away to Luai. Out the back it goes. Whiten takes them on easily, beats Gagai, takes Cobbo with him to score the opening try of Origin 1. Jack Whiten, the mystery selection. He scores the try. New South Wales 4. Queensland 0 after Queensland paying the price for 2 drop balls from their last 2 sets.
The patience there from New South Wales. Well done to the Blues, and this has been a cracking start to the game.
Comes right, Jerry Evans double pumps it away to Gagai. He loses it. Yet another mistake from the Maroons, Matthew. It's killing them. That's their 3rd error in the opening 19 minutes.
The key difference between the two teams is composure.
Grant, short side right to Ponga, cut out pass. Is a shot. It's picked up beautifully off the bounce by Cobbo. Puts it a step kick. Gagai picks it up. Wow, what a try! Gagai breaks an 8 Origin game try scoring drought. What about the kick from Selwyn Cobbo? He can't have just turned 20. It can't be his debut. The pick up and the kick was something else. 10 metres out, it's fed and won by the Maroons. Grant goes right to Cherry Evans. Big right foot step by Cherry Evans, and he's over to score the try next to the post. Brilliantly done by Cherry Evans. The Blues defence from the scrum disappeared.
Daly Cherry Evans, great awareness there. Goes over untouched under the sticks. Very rare to see that. Massive play for Queensland.
Valentine Holmes to put the Maroons up by 8. Be the biggest lead of the night. Val Holmes kicking 78% in Origin footy. That only goes up as he pilots this between the posts. He's 2 from 2. 20 metres in for the Western touchline. That time it was Brighton with Martin. Down corner. Short side left to Valentine Holmes. He got on the outside of Daniel Tupou, and he's over to score. Queensland 16, New South Wales 4 at Stadium Australia. Sends it back on the inside to Cleary. What a tackle by Parsul Malahawi, 20 out. He pants Cleary. Ball played to Cook. Comes to the left. Luai, short ball away and stepping through to score is Cameron Murray. Game back on with 8.5 to go. This is what State of Origin is. So here's Cleary now. 7 minutes 30 left. Cleary moves in, strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal. Queensland 16, New South Wales 10. 10 seconds left. Origin 1 comes down to this. Goes left to Yo. Steps back towards centre field. Beats one